What is going on, guys? We are
Welcome
back at
back.
it.
Episode
Back at it with
number
another
2.
podcast.
Number
We're
2.
back, finally.
It's been a hot fucking
We're
minute, boys.
a year and
Well,
a half. We're back.
It
It,
hasn't been,
has been a little while,
it's
boys.
been almost
fuck me.
it's been almost 11 months since we've actually done this, and it's good to actually be back with all three other boys besides myself, all four of us in total.
Numbers.
Numbers are hard right now at 11:11 p.m. Make a wish. What do you wish for?
Banana.
One banana.
I can't say it or it won't come true.
Ooh, woo.
Then I'm not getting my banana.
Yes.
Damn. But
Guys,
it's but I speak for all of us when I say that it's great to be back with you guys. We're doing this podcast currently live on both YouTube and on Instagram. On Instagram, it is at Sir Bobby 301. And to all you listening right now, hello, my name is Teeoh, since you don't get a good visual of all of us. And I'll introduce Evan right now.
Howdy, I'm Evan. I'm the owner of Sir Bobby 301, the fan page that is also running this live stream. I'll pass this over to Anthony.
I would hope
Anthony
everybody
is
knows.
the
Trevor,
you can
or
find
somebody.
you can find this live stream currently on the Rat Pack Media YouTube channel. So hello to all of you guys watching. You can see myself and Evan right now, and we got images over Anthony and Trevor because they don't want to have their cameras on, and Trevor just can't have a camera working.
Well,
period. So I will introduce
Yeah.
Anthony first, the owner of Rat Pack Media. Anthony, go right
Gang,
ahead.
yes, it is me, Rat Pack Media. I own the YouTube channel, the Twitter account, the Insta.
He is Rat Pack Media.
CEO of Rat Pack Media.
And then we have the
Wait, yeah,
man
there's a Twitter.
hosting the entire thumbnail right now on the YouTube side of things, Trevor.
Hey yo, what is up? I am thumbnail.
You are the thumbnail.
I am thumbnail.
A very solid intro.
And actually, also, as you can see, if you look back at the first episode on the YouTube channel, my audio quality has gotten drastically better now.
It has.
Yes,
Trust
he
us.
went from webcam mic to good mic.
No, I went from fucking I had
You went from
fuck is
ass
it
to
called?
actually good ass. Basically.
yeah. I went from James Charles to Kylie Jenner.
If you want to consider that an upgrade.
Wait.
Hold up.
Do we need to talk about
You can take that however you
Yeah.
wish. I don't care.
Pause.
I don't want to take that. No.
Pause.
We're getting off topic here, boys.
Of course, we always tend
Um,
to. We're going to try to keep this more streamlined this time, guys, because I know the first episode was a
Yeah.
complete nightmare as far as having some continuity. 2-hour-long podcast. We don't want to do that again for you guys. We really don't want to.
Yeah.
Who needs continuity?
So what's been going on in the world since we've left?
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Can we
I guess.
technically? I don't.
We can.
Can we say
Who
that? on
cares? We're not.
YouTube,
We're not
though?
even. We're not even a monetized channel.
Why
That is
does it
true.
matter?
Fair point. YouTube's been whack lately, boys. That's,
What's going on?
I don't know. But yeah, it's been a wild world the last 11 months.
Yeah.
When we left, the world went to shit.
Basically.
Yeah,
And then we
exactly.
came
So
back,
basically-
and hopefully the world will get better. I think we might
Basically-
be like the towers of the
Avengers.
universe.
If we would have stayed, then nothing would have ever happened.
We're
Is-
the Avengers.
During this sort of logic, yes. Ha. And
Basically, if we would have stayed, nothing would have happened. So
that's the assumption at least.
Yeah, if we would have kept a consistent recording schedule.
But why would
this
we ever
would
do
have
that?
been,
no
Why
idea.
would we
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Consistency
Continuity
is-
is awesome.
ever do that?
Fact.
Okay.
No, who was ever consistent?
But speaking of consistent, I think right now we might have to just go right into the main meat and potatoes of this entire whole kit and caboodle right now. No pressure. It
Poggers.
actually fucking dropped, boys.
Yes, sir.
On
did
time, No Kanye with Donda shit. None of that. No punches pulled.
Donda,
Just straight up
Megalol.
just straight up announced a release date, released it, was a little late for his Twitch live stream, but you know, he was getting it all set up and everything. It's like, okay.
Did you
Gotta
did
be
you see the end of
factually late.
Did you see the end of the live stream though? He didn't even know how to like turn it off.
Tears.
So
No, but he was sobbing, and I started to cry a little bit. I admit,
OnlyFans remark.
I had a few man tears coming down from the eye sockets.
no, bro. Once Silas mentioned that, his wife was just like staring at him like
Wait, Logic's wife?
yes.
Okay, fair. Because I was gonna say, was Silas's wife there?
No. Nope. So what are you guys' like?
But Groot was.
Let's move subjects, boys.
Groot was.
Yeah. So like yes, Groot. Oh, what's your guys'
Yes,
like
Groot.
favorite songs on the album?
Let me pull up the Spotify.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Sorry,
Let's go down the
sorry,
line
insect.
and,
Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys. Sorry to the stream. Hold on. I got 2 monitors, so everything pops up differently. You just saw my Spotify load for a half second there. Excuse me.
By Pog.
I would probably have to say the song that I'm bumping the most still is just "Man I Is." That song
Oh, yeah,
is
for
so
sure. For sure.
smooth, so
It is
smooth.
very smooth.
And
Speaking of that, I'm able to play music in the background of my stream, but oh wait, no, I can't because I'm recording too.
yes,
Dang, that's tough.
Yeah.
and I think
But yeah,
we're at a
let's,
point in time where we would actually acknowledge that things had happened to leak before. I think we're able to acknowledge that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I whenever I remember when it leaked and there was the whole bullshit with everything going out and leaking, but I had to listen because that's just my nature to go check out what's there. And just Man I Is, ever since I heard it from that day, it's just I've loved it. It's just so smooth, the horn section and everything. It's just such a vibe of a track, and it sounds so nice with a proper mix and master on the actual release.
But the sample from a Spodiody whatever it
Spodio
is,
Dopalicious.
yes, incredible.
Yeah.
Those trumpets are beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Anthony?
My favorite
Trevor.
song is by far Amen.
Amen. By far.
I love the transitions.
By
Oh.
far.
Yes, by
So-
far.
So what would be your like
Your second.
second? Yeah.
That'd probably be Soul Food too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can definitely agree with you on that one.
Oh,
100%.
Whenever I
Beat is
first
just
Oh, go ahead.
beat is just beautiful, man.
Oh my god, yeah. So whenever I had heard Soul Food too, because I remember before I was there trying to figure out like, okay, once the track list was actually official, I'm going through all the stuff that leaked, try to get my own, see what had actually happened to leak from the album versus what was going to be officially released. And so I think I remember it was like it was under the name, what was the original name of the leak?
Glorious
Oh,
Bastard.
Inglorious Bastard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Inglorious
We had determined that was Soul Food too, and I'm just like, whenever I'm like, okay, I was just expecting just to hear that beat or with a proper recording. Then I heard what I heard on Soul Food. I backed up in my chair and was just dumbfounded. I just stared blankly
Yeah.
ahead with a jaw drop.
Also, I'm gonna build off that too because Teeoh called me that night and we sat in a call talking about that song in general for
Oh my
like 2
God.
hours.
I don't think it was that long,
And-
but it
no,
was like
we went.
it was like
an
a
hour.
It
at
was a
least.
half hour. Maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. You're right. Maybe an hour.
Oh.
It was not 2 hours though. It was not
No,
2
we
hours
just-
though.
We sat there and talked about like where did that sample originally come from?
Oh my
though?
god,
Like,
yeah, that was.
I
that was a
know we
lot.
talked about this, but we could never find the actual like original origin of that like the sound bit at like, the
Yes.
start of it.
Yeah.
So what I think I wound up determining, because another video covered every sample from No Pressure, and it actually listed that song we were talking about by like like Kaba or whatever his initial his name
Oh
was.
yeah, like
Key-
1970s by.
Yeah, the
Oh,
1970s.
no.
So I
Okay,
think
let
it
me
was
just-
determined that that was an original sample. I think that has to be an original
Yeah.
sample, which
It has-
somehow
if we literally can't find anything else about it.
no, and I don't know if it's I don't know if we're
Wait
just,
for
we've
what
included-
song?
for Soul Food
Oh,
2.
it's 1970s by El Caban.
Yeah,
El Cabulon.
yeah, Alcabulon, I think it was maybe. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's like I think we determined that that was an original sample in the song that Soul Food was originally supposed to be, but obviously they didn't get the rights to be able to purchase to be able to get the sample cleared, so they just they interpolated the beat and gave him a producer credit. Just the Kebu gave him a producer credit. So when Soul Food 2 came around, I know Logic said on stream that he shelled out like a shit ton of money to get that sample cleared. Like he was like, I think he said it was the most he ever shelled out for any sample clearance, period.
Mm-hmm.
And so my assumption is that it's an original sample, that or the guy had the sample from somewhere else and just I guess maybe purchased the rights to it, so he owns the original sample as well, possibly. I don't know how deep it goes, but that's what we're pretty much determining. And it just, regardless of who owns it and who does it, wherever it came from, it just sounds so gorgeous. It's so
It's a
gorgeous of
beautiful
a track.
sample either way.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, 908's way? So this person in chat says open mic / Aquarius 3. I'm like in love with open mic.
Like that
Like-
transition though. That
Yeah.
transition on that
Yeah.
fucking song.
I'm not a
oh
big
my
fan of
God.
the Soul Food 2 transition, but I am a
No, I'm
huge
not
fan
either.
of that open mic transition.
I wish
So-
Fan
that
of that
See-
open.
I wish Soul Food 2 had like I wish it was two separate songs, but then they just like transitioned
Yeah.
nicely into each other, because I don't like, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to skip over Inglorious like
Oh, it's not actually. What the fuck?
40% of the time. Like, I don't know. It doesn't have the same like feel as the second part of the original Soul Food. And I don't know.
Transition's just really weird.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck is Raquel? Honestly.
Oh, but I like that part, but it
That
just
is
cuts
a real
out and then the
good
beat goes
question,
in.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Why is it?
How many of us were like thinking that the hip hop thing, like the
My
vocal
mind
sample would come back
immediately
in?
just went
That
hip
would
hop
actually-
every single time I listened to that song.
Yeah, it's just hip hop.
Honestly, I didn't even think about that, but that would have been
Oh.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was in such a daze listening to the album at first. Like I honestly didn't remember what the fuck happened.
Shoot.
It was that good.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt. I finally got the images up on, because I just checked the stream on YouTube, and apparently the images weren't up. I just had to hit a transition button, so it's now floated up. Trevor has now got the actual thumbnail for this podcast, and Anthony just
go.
got a bigger version of his logo. There we go. That's a lot better.
I also just made a
There.
transition on mine, so it's like a black bar, so you can actually like see the comments, so it's not just like white on white
Wow.
text.
Look at that.
So there we go.
Progress.
We're
Progress,
professionals,
boys.
We swear.
You're professionals, by the way. Smile.
Of course. Big
Smile.
big smirk.
We own a YouTube channel. What do you think?
All right, I see Joe in chat is calling me out. Who's Joe? They say. That is the question of the year.
Joe Ligma.
Ha, we got me. You got me good.
I got myself.
It's your boy Joe Ligma.
Oh, I advertised the stream in the Logic Discord, so we probably got viewers from there.
So somebody says, I remember Logic. He said, I remember Logic saying his wife was the voice of Raquel, but is Raquel a character? Is he calling his wife a thought?
Oh.
Good question.
I am not. Suck my dick.
That was probably just a genuine reaction to him calling her a thought. And he just kept it.
Regardless, it just sounds. It's just pretty much just like probably was in the booth saying, "Hey,
like-
we're just gonna do a space recording here of the entire room. Just go with the flow." And then he just
Go with
she's
the
like,
flow.
"Okay."
And then-
Then he's like, "Oh shit, it's Raquel. She's a fucking thought."
But like, and going back to like the leaks and everything, like, even though listening to like that one and like the original, like the opener track, like
Oh no! Pressure,
hearing
yeah.
those, and then going to the actual album, it still felt the same. Like you're hearing it for the first
Oh
time.
my god!
It
Yeah.
It
Oh
did.
yeah.
The emotion and everything that I felt when I first heard
still-
the leak was still the same as when I heard it in the actual album.
To say the
They are
least.
mixed so much
Like
better.
people
Oh my God,
saying
the mixing.
people saying the leaks like ruined the whole album for them.
No, it
is
didn't
like
ruin.
a little weird. Like,
No,
oh no,
It-
you can't
Guys,
ruin beauty.
it quite literally
question for
only
you guys.
enhanced it.
What
Go
was
ahead,
your
Ann.
question?
Yeah. What's up?
Powerless or amen?
What?
What?
Powerless or amen?
Again.
Powerless or amen?
Oh,
shoot.
Christ.
Oh.
If I can be honest, I didn't listen to Powerless on a regular basis. I listened to it on an
Me
often
either.
enough basis. I think Amen's got a more catchy vibe. Powerless is more straight to the like more.
This
just
is
more
what
of,
I'm
like,
trying to
an
say.
emotional kind of track. But I think Amen has to take the cake over that because it's pretty much a more polished and almost more cheery version of Powerless.
Second verse on
Yeah.
amen is a lot better than it is on powerless.
Oh, for sure.
Transition into obediently yours is just fucking orgasmic.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
hold
a
up,
lot,
hold
a lot
up,
of the
pause.
transitions on this are clean. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say pause. With what Anthony
Pause.
said.
Oh,
But
what?
well-
You've never talked about an orgasm before?
like, remember, he's a child of God. Okay, remember that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a simp.
I
Yep,
know
that's
Zoe
me.
was in your Instagram chat a minute ago.
What?
Who was?
I saw it. Your girlfriend was in the live chat a second
Oh my
ago.
goodness.
Oh, actually,
I think Grip Tape is more impactful than Dark Place. Sparkquest
I don't-
says in
I,
the.
I don't know. I personally don't know if
No.
I agree with that.
I
no.
mean, Grip Tape is a good song. I wish it was on the album, but Dark Place was more impactful. Like
They're two.
Grip
They are
Tape's
two
in its own
entirely
right.
different tracks.
Yeah. Oh,
Dark
oh,
Dark
yeah.
Place
They're-
They're
Dark
very
Place
similar, but also very different in their own ways.
Dark Place made me like actually like full on cry, and I took a picture of myself.
Dark Place
It-
was more like into it. Like Grip
What's up,
Tape,
Bobby Boy
like
News?
kind of.
Grip Tape is more
Grip Tape
is more
kinda, like-
uplifting. In the end, at
It-
least, it's sort of talking about the
then we
problems,
kick-
It kind of went.
how we
It
overcame
went
it,
over
and then has
the
an
head of the
optimist.
problem. It
Yeah.
yeah. It beat around the bush.
Oh,
That's
Bobby Boy News has
exactly what I was
joined.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Bobby Boy
But
News is now watching us
Dark,
on
Pla-
IG.
Dark
Hello,
Place
Sam.
went straight into it.
What's up, Sam?
Anyways, now that we're talking about all the other leaked ones, Grip Tape was the one I was going to talk about that I wish was on the album.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
the other one
yeah.
is Vows.
Vowels.
Vows is such a good song.
I'm just guessing that he made that just for his wife.
That's
but it ended
presumably.
up-
Like,
Sorry on the YouTube
I would
side. I'm
hope.
opening my iTunes. It might pop up. One sec. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, Vows is a good song. What was another one?
I'm pulling up
I
mine
am
right
blanking.
now. I
I
Reasonable doubt.
Reasonable Doubt was good.
yeah.
It is loading up on the side.
Oh,
I only
um,
listened.
There we go, boys.
I was gonna
Sorry
say-
about that.
Oh, and
Fe-
Vibe with Me. That's what I was gonna say.
Dude,
Feeling myself.
Damn.
Feeling Myself is amazing.
I wasn't so big on Feeling Myself personally.
Not
Wow.
ultra violent, but it's still alright.
Hold on, let
Yeah.
me get caught up here. I finally got my my page loaded up. 1 second.
Dude, okay, we were all so hyped for 88 bars, the transition to just have the JID feature. Oh
Then
my
we got
gosh. if-
debated.
Wait a minute. There was supposed to be a
Right.
JID feature on
So,
88 bars.
okay,
Yeah,
that's what we're thinking there's. So,
Oh, shit.
do you remember on what was it? On like one of the Bobby's Worlds when they were like backstage with JID.
Yeah.
They were making a beat together, and then he said, "Okay, so basically, I'm gonna do this for the first half. Then Thali is gonna come in, start talking, and then it's just gonna like switch up into like some like crazy drums and stuff, and you're just gonna come in and like the only song that had that was 88 bars, and Thali was on it. But then they just took the Thali apart from 88 bar. They took the Thali apart
put
from
it in
88 bars
Perfect.
and then put it in Perfect. Yeah,
You just blew Teeoh's mind.
Shit, I didn't
Yeah.
actually know that. Fuck. Also,
Well-
we have not mentioned it yet. Another thing that I am peeved out that never made it Just Another Fucking Day with Queen Latifah. How?
Yeah.
What? How can you scrap that? Just Another Day was arguably one of your biggest songs from your first Young Sinatra
Yeah.
mixtape. That's one of the most iconic. I
Yeah,
think it's one of the few.
Maybe
from then
he's
that hasn't
saving
used-
it for something else with Smile.
Smile.
Okay, now you're getting real Vsauce Michael theory-ish here.
Hey, Vsauce.
Anthony
But
here.
also, somebody
Red
just
Pack
said in the
Anthony here.
comments a while back. Let's talk about Louis Vuitton briefcase.
Oh, good point.
Rest in peace.
Very solid point.
So did he say that was just fully scrapped, or
Yeah,
is he still
he
like,
said
I
he's
think
going
so.
on with
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
he said
so.
on the Twitch channel that it was just he's not doing it. I don't think he
Which
was
sucks,
doing it.
but yeah.
I'm
Like,
not
I mean,
necessarily
think-
surprised either
Yeah,
because I
I
think,
think
he
he was
put
taking up too much at the time, and that was the least of his priorities.
Probably, yeah. But I don't know.
I
still
just
kind of-
Rip grip
I kind of
tape,
would have liked to
honestly.
see that because there were like features like YBN Corday and stuff on there.
yeah,
and,
Corday,
like,
JID is supposed to have a feature
Yeah.
on there, I believe, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
So
Like, I mean, even though it was just a beat tape, that was still some. It was still more than that.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a beat tape / sort of freestyle tape. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
because I mean if I'm not mistaken, because clearly in Lost in Translation he was saying lyrically I'm undefined on this fucking beat tape, so presumably the second half of Lost in
Mhm.
Translation was supposed
It
to
was-
be part of this beat
yeah,
tape.
he said that in the oh my gosh, it was a Hard Knock TV interview.
For Kodum.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
Was that one from Kodum or was that from the No Pressure one? Because
I think it was
I've
just I
admittedly
think it was
not
just a
watched
Lost
either.
in
I still have
Translation
to-
video.
okay.
I think it was
I still have to
them recording
finish
Lost in
the No
Translation.
Pressure one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I still need to finish the third part of the No Pressure.
I've gotten.
There was a third part.
I got halfway through the first episode, and then it came out.
Oh,
How many? I've admittedly not watched any of the Hard Knocks interviews, so anything that you're saying from there, I'll just
I'm
take your
halfway
word
through
for
the
it.
first one.
I will take your word for it, admittedly.
But also, the one thing that I remember from like the first half of that Hard Knock interview is him making a beat tape for his son.
Yeah, I know.
Which that would be interesting
Beautiful.
if we ever heard that.
No, he said
He's
he's
like,
literally
ABC.
just taking. He's literally just
like
taking
just child
children's
songs.
songs and making trap
right.
remixes.
Yeah,
of them.
I think you mentioned that before. That was I would love to hear that. I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
Dude, like bumping an Itsy Bitsy Spider trap remix.
Dude.
I'm a little teapot. Let's go.
oh, yeah. Me and my homies bumped that in the whip, dog.
Dude, I just saw a post. From the dad bod video. It said he's literally flexing his son, wife, baby food, diapers, milk bottles, and a car he's already shown. This is why I love him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gotten to the point in
you don't
time
have-
where he's just
He don't
he's-
have to flex anything.
he's comfortable.
He just doesn't care about anything anymore.
No, and I don't
Wants to
blame
Little-
just
him.
do what he
give a fuck.
wants.
Little Bobby better eat your greens, boy. Don't give me lip about it.
That's such a
Scratch
good
my
hook.
dick and then shake his
It's
hand.
such a good song.
Such a good hook. Okay, so I guess another thing to do with No Pressure. Was there any least favorite tracks? Or are we all
Least
like
favorite?
or are we all content with
perfect.
every track? Perfect.
I
I mean,
I'm,
perfect
Like,
is
I
all right, but
like-
it's not
no, it doesn't fit the vibe. That was my only problem with it.
The
Like it's a
lyrics
good song.
do, but
it just
I think
it
it's
just
more
didn't feel like it fit.
I think it's more of like almost like a transition. It's almost like an interlude kind of song. Cuz it's only
Yeah,
a
true.
minute like 40 in
well,
length.
he said the people that like the Bobby and Tarantino like mixtapes and everything, he wanted like include a song on there for like it's his last album, so it's like the last trap song that they're gonna hear from him.
He wanted to have it for
So-
them.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like, I just-
sonically it doesn't fit, but I'm okay that it is included on here. Like I have no problem that it's included on here. I genuinely don't. I mean, I think. I
think
mean, if it was perfect over Just Another Day, I would say Just Another Day any day. But considering what we're given here, I think perfect is fine the way it is. I think it's a nice little like,
Yeah.
because you're coming from Soul Food initially, Soul Food 2, you're sort of in that like, what the fuck just happened? You're just sort of like jaw drop, just into the vibe. Then all of a sudden it just picks up with, bitch, I did it, I made it, I'm loved and I'm hated. You just with this banging beat, you just get taken back into it, and you're just like on that ride. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
True.
And then you mellow back out with Man I Is. I think it's a great, almost like a pick-me-up track to just pretty much throw you off and then just take you on a completely different route on the album. So I think if we're looking at it from simply that perspective, I think it makes sense, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I think it was just as an ode to like the previous like Bobby Tarantino, like as it being an ode to his whole career, I guess.
Wait a second, boys. I got a theory on the spot. Hear me out here. Hear me out
shoot.
here. Remember how before it was he was like in the next album, Under Pressure meets Bobby Tarantino or whatever the fuck he said, and it was like so matter of fact about it, like duh, of course we know that's what it is, 6, of course, duh. So what I'm thinking is, I mean, you look at Kodum, okay, and you can hear some of the tracks on there that just don't fit the complete vibe of that album, such as Lost in Translation. I could even argue to a degree Mama, Show Love. And definitely the title track. Those, and there might be a couple other tracks that seem very out of place on the album.
Yeah.
Look at Perfect here.
Can we talk about actually? Also,
so I think the point is that these two are almost you're getting, they're sort of just interwoven together. The bulk of one is on the other, and same with the other side. But there's still some tracks that sort of intertwine to fit the Under Pressure meets Bobby Tarantino thing. So I think it's sort of like just almost like one of those just the vines. They just kind of just overlap at certain points of times, and some winds up on the other section. That's what I'm thinking, at least, to connect that line, which makes sense to me the way I look at it.
This is part 2 of Confessions.
I think if anything,
let's talk.
I think they're arguably two sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
because it does completely Under Pressure meets Bobby Tarantino.
It does.
It totally.
But also, while we're on the topic of things that don't fit, let's talk about OCD. So
good transition.
He said almost in quote, it did not belong on this album. That's basically
that's what Bob 85. Said. Wow.
That's basically what he said. But then he included the verse from it onto
Open Mic.
The verse on
Open Mic.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, what else did he take a verse from for Open Mic though? I think there was a couple of the tracks he copied the verse from.
I think I count Open Mic as more of a skit than anything.
You could take that as such. I think that actually might make a little more sense.
I still love it though.
Oh, it's good. Don't get me wrong.
In the aspect of things, I think it was just him like freestyling. Like if you think of it as like a skit, think of him just like on a stage at a club, just freestyling pretty much.
Let me pull up on Genius.
But I think
he uses bars from what's it called?
The No Pressure freestyle.
Did he actually?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the No Pressure freestyle.
The Nostradamus line.
Oh, that actually kind of makes sense.
Did I send you guys my one of my favorite bars from the album, or no?
No.
Okay.
Did you?
It was the Diacritical Lifestyle.
You did mention that. Yes, you did mention that.
Yeah.
Which track was that in again?
That is
I think that was
line.
Soul Food 2.
That sounds about right. Let me pull it up.
I feel like it was Soul Food 2. But for
that is Soul Food 2.
For the people watching, basically, so it can be taken like 3 different ways. So Diacritical Lifestyle, like every move that he's making has to be a critical one. So he's gonna die with a critical lifestyle, basically like that. Then the I'm always overseas, that part, like you're just always overseas in different countries and stuff. But then like the main one is a diacritic. That's like a little like symbol over a letter in like a different country. Like if you have like accent
it's always an
marks and
accent
stuff.
Overseas, and always overseas. Yeah, diacritics are always found overseas.
Such a
It's like 4 different meanings to that single line.
Yeah. I love that
hold
one.
on the IG. Alec Leitman. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Oh yeah,
he said,
Alec Lemon. Yeah.
He said
I think that's nice.
he wanted that OCD verse to simply be on the album to live forever, but he said he knows that us hardcore fans will go back to it.
Yeah, so he basically said he wants the OG fans to like know that the whole song like OCD exists, but then for people that just listen to the album, you just like get like that snippet of it.
Yeah.
So
True.
Though I think honestly, as is, OCD got enough press as it was back in the day. Because how many streams does it even have in total?
OCD?
Yeah. Let me check real quick.
just do like Spotify times 2
That's what
or
I'm-
like times 3 because of Apple Music and
Let me
YouTube.
check. Yeah, OCD's got like 21 million plays on here. So I'd estimate probably about 50 million. Or
50,
maybe.
yeah.
Maybe is a fair estimation,
something
just
around
off the
there.
top.
Yeah.
Like, so it got enough play from people. So I just don't think people are necessarily going to come back to it because it's not in an album. It's not readily available. So that makes sense to include the snippets of the verse, or technically taking a verse from there and putting it on there. You could also make the argument that in connection with the actual album, that it was just something that was just done on an open mic, obviously. He was just spewing random verses, and that was one that he had to fit the
Yeah.
vibe, and it was just happened to be from OCD.
I think he also said that line was very important to him, but I can't remember the reason why it was.
Yeah.
Well, because I think, let's
Well,
see,
I mean,
yeah.
it's an impactful line though.
Money don't complete us, but it feed us. It can lead us to depression. Being rich is not a blessing. Fame is not a blessing. Wasn't until I was rich and famous I learned the lesson. What's the meaning of life? To live at what I'm guessing. That's pretty much at the point in time
But,
where you
like,
can make the
That
argument
whole,
where he's like,
the whole last verse.
I need to live. I need
Yeah.
to go. I need
Like-
to stop doing this. I need to live.
Like before, like I think it's meaning like before fame, you think like money and power and fame is
Well, like
everything
that-
in life. But
that's
once
like what
you
the-
get it, you're like, this isn't any different. I
Was
just
that
have
the,
more
s-
status?
Was there a speech on the end of Amen? I think.
Let me look.
No.
No, there was a speech on the end of one of the songs. It might have been Dark Place. No? There was a speech on the end of one of the songs, and it was
Well-
basically saying that money is
Obediently
not like.
yours was the whole speech, and
I feel like there was
what
another
was
one
the other one?
It's at the end of Dark Place.
there
The one
was-
you're thinking of is
at
Dark
the end of
Place.
Dark Place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that one, he was basically talking about like how everyone thinks they want to be like popular or like have a ton of money.
Yeah, you
and stuff
don't-
Well,
like
you're
that.
just out for
Yeah,
money.
and like a new
Yeah.
Yeah.
car and a new house and status and all that, but that
Yeah.
doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
If they
in
sat back
the
and
grand
considered,
scheme of
do I
life.
need
Can we
all
also
that?
mention how he said status, not status?
Well, yeah. It was old.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
British. So
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Regardless, pronunciation is probably
And
different.
it's
in
Alan
the
Watts, right?
1940s.
I think
yeah,
he
Alan
said
Watts.
Ferrari too.
What was it?
He pronounced Ferrari a different way too.
I mean,
Ferrari?
it was from the
It said, like
1940s.
Ferrari.
Oh, they said Ferrari. I was like, what?
Bro, Anthony, your microphone is doing some funky
Oh,
stuff.
it's doing that again.
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
my man's mic got that gas. Literally. Okay. We got
Hello?
Zesk here in the YouTube comments saying, "Is Logic serious about retirement? More than likely." The dude, yeah, will he come back? More than likely. And to go off what you're saying, Zesk. Well, Anthony, are you back or what are you doing?
Yes, I am back.
Okay, he is back.
Yeah,
I think we should probably talk about the title of this podcast. Is Logic really going to retire now? And I'm
Yes and
I'm of
no.
the statement of what Zeska's saying exactly. Where he quote says the dude has definitely done enough within the music to retire. Will he change his mind eventually? Question mark. More than likely. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like me and Anthony did a separate like episode 1.5 whatever.
Yeah.
But
Basically.
but we agreed that it was just gonna be like a short term retirement basically, or short term,
Like-
long term, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, he said on one of the songs, I can't remember which one it is, but he said like he doesn't like this BPM anymore. This isn't for me anymore.
They have
Or,
beats.
something along that line.
But then on Man I Is, he said something about how he's gonna do this like forever.
Let me find the
I'm
lyric.
True.
Well, I mean, he could still
But I
make
think-
music forever.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
can still make music, but he just doesn't like rap anymore. Like, it doesn't fulfill his needs like it did before.
He
And
pretty
He
much-
just-
also
he pretty
said
much
he
uses
just
gets
it
like
for
a lot of
himself.
anxiety writing.
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
trying to fit to a social, standard. Whenever you're just there's a different,
Construct.
and I think is when you're trying to make everything story based, and everything in that sorts. Okay, and Joe had said, but he said permanent vacation and amen, which yes, as far as what he wants to release commercially, because I think honestly at this point in time it makes sense he's at his breaking point because Logic, and I listened to the Dead End Hip Hop's review of this album as well just today. And it's pretty much after Under Pressure, he started to go into this very storytelling kind of manner, which I think was very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. And when he's considering to focus way too much on a narrative versus actually writing these tracks individually and just spitting rather than trying to complete a complete universal narrative, when he's just spitting, he's in his element, and this is what you basically get here on No Pressure. But when you try to do something like Everybody, for example, it all just sounds like a complete hodgepodge. There's no consistency. I personally don't understand the point of the Neil deGrasse Tyson skits. What does it connect? It feels very
Yeah.
it feels very thrown in. And I know
I
it was
believe
originally
this
supposed to
might
be,
be setting up the Ultra 85.
but we never got that.
Neil
Well,
deGrasse Tyson
okay,
was
he said-
God, so-
I don't know if I don't know if it was in the podcast or not the podcast, but the Hard Knock TV things. But he said he was gonna like fill out like the script and everything with Thomas and Kai. So he was gonna like finish that and put it either in like
A book?
I
Gonna
forget
do
what-
a radio play, right?
yeah, it was like a radio play or
You know, like
something like that.
how
Radio
Orson
play.
Welles did stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
they're gonna finish the Incredible True Story like storyline and everything, but not in
Yeah.
album form.
I just
Just
remembered
not in
something.
music.
Go ahead,
So-
Anthony.
To go back to Kodum, and Kodum releases.
I'd rather not, but okay.
There was a theory
Sure.
Logic is pulling a Frank Ocean,
Oh.
trying to get off the label,
Fuck that.
Just trying to get off of you or Def Jam.
off of Def Jam, yes. Because
Yes,
I remember
how many-
during
how many
a live
times-
stream,
How many times has he said Def Jam is undershipping me?
he did
He
it
said-
once
he
on
said-
this album,
he
once
said
He did it way back in
on-
Bobby Tarantino because on was it Slave 2 with the crazy switch up?
Yes, and he also did it on Under Pressure, right?
I think so.
Oh, he did it on
It was
City of Stars.
yeah, it was City and Stars. Yep.
City Stars. I feel like he did it on Bobby Tarantino 1. I might be wrong, but
Did on Slave 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up to
The walk
confirm.
inside of Def Jam, dap him up with the left hand.
Kind of money with the right, different city every night.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
he'd actually want to leave? Because
Because he can just join his own label. He can just own his own, and
he
I
could
don't
just
know.
be
Fuck it,
independent.
I'm
He
my
doesn't
own
really.
owner.
Well,
I'm
well,
my
well,
own
do, well,
CEO.
well, do we?
Be the
Well, do we?
CEO
Well,
and
here's the
join
thing.
them.
Do we actually know what his contract entailed? Has he ever been public about how many albums he was signed
He
for?
he said a bunch of numbers. I don't.
don't.
He never said what he has to drop, but he said it was like a $25 million deal.
30 million.
30 million, yes.
7.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's-
he could.
yeah.
He could definitely be trying to get off of Def Jam. I was actually thinking about that like earlier. Like I'm gonna be checking in with like Def Jam's website to like see like what artists they have like listed.
Oh, that's a good point. Let me check that right now.
So-
Let me check that right now for you.
Because why would they have an artist under their label if they're not gonna do anything?
It was also, I think it was in the Hard Knock interview, or it might have been during like Silas's or his live stream. He was saying there was supposed to be a really cool sample on 5 Hooks, but it was Def Jam who told him he couldn't have it on there.
Yeah.
He said he was very pissed off
Jesus
about that.
Christ.
Yeah, he said Def Jam said they couldn't because nobody's like come forward and like said that they like own the sample or anything. So they don't want to get like sued like a little bit later because they used it without permission.
Hold on, let me pause this real quick. They haven't updated his bio on Def Jam.
In 3 years.
Yeah. But they have the albums and releases up.
Yeah, I see that.
That's all up to date. And what's odd to me is that as far as the albums and releases goes, unless I'm missing it, No. I'm not missing it. They only have albums and releases. They have the Everybody single, Everybody album, 1-800 single, Everyday single.
Yeah, they don't.
Tarantino
Yeah, they don't
2.
have Under Pressure, The Incredible True Story, Bobby Tarantino
Hold on.
1.
Sinatra 4, Keanu Keanu single, Confession single, Supermarket album, Homicide, Confessions album, No Pressure album. So OCD
They're
isn't even
missing,
on here. There's a few singles that are completely missing on here. Some of the
They're
videos
missing
aren't
a
up
few
to
of the
date.
actual albums though, like Under Pressure
Stories.
and The Incredible True Story.
Yeah, Stories
And
is
Bobby Tarantino.
completely hasn't
Isn't
been
there
touched since
a
June
line
19th,
on Bobby
2019.
Tarantino? There's
Go
a
ahead.
line on Bobby Tarantino 1 where he says he dipped Def Jam just to drop this.
Tell Def
Shoot.
Jam to drop this, to just drop hits to the Instagram fam. Yep, that was still Slave 2. Let me pull it up for you. So
I mean,
can give
he's understandably pissed at Def Jam because Def Jam was
But then also think about how much like praise he's given Def Jam. He's like, they're the only label that lets you have creative control.
well, yeah, I
like,
wouldn't be saying Def Jam shit every single day when I'm under them.
very true.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that like
Like
to
they have
their
like
face.
like they have like a lot of like pluses,
okay.
but then they have like
Well, hold on. Let me stop you right there. As far as the Def Jam to drop this line off of Slave 2 is pretty much saying, well, Logic released Bobby Tarantino project, he self-proclaimed it is a mixtape, carefully avoiding the term album, which implies a label is behind it. Perhaps Logic is daring to Def Jam to drop the album version, quote unquote, because his own
he said
mixtape
Ultra 80,
version.
he said Ultra 85 is a mixtape.
Yeah, I think. Well, he said on stream it was originally going to be like it was a mixtape he was working on, so he could sample everything. I know he quoted like he could sample Michael Jackson and the Beatles and such. Like he just do whatever samples he wants. Not have to worry about clearance.
Oh.
Just have the music out. That's what he said. Ultra 85 was at the time, on stream. That's what he said before. No pressure.
He said you haven't seen the Hard Knock TV interviews, but he said he has like 6 different versions of Ultra 85.
I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
he said one of them's very supermarket-like, one of them's very trap, one of them's very boom bap.
Which explains why Firestarter and the OG plan are on Ultra 85.
Oh my god.
oh God,
Oh
fire
my
star.
god. Firestarter. What a great song.
Oh, that song's
That
amazing.
song is so just.
Let's make a movie. Finish the line.
Let's make it.
Coming soon.
baby. Call it coming soon.
Honestly, that's actually a really good line though. Even though how corny
Shut
it
up,
is.
Trevor.
Like,
It's
such
a good
line.
Not from Logic. Not from Logic.
Trevor, you wouldn't know bars if you were locked behind them.
Oh shoot.
Call that a bar.
I mean,
but
But
one,
I don't know,
one
but
song
I
that
can't call
not
it
the, like
that.
extremely awful bar. It's just that it's coming from Logic.
True.
How many people have we given like how many people have just like been given the pass for like a dumb bar? Like
Post Malone plenty of times, but Post Malone could say anything and make it sound good.
NBA YoungBoy.
I mean, I don't
I'll
listen to
watch
I don't
Grandpa.
listen to a lot of the people like NBA YoungBoy. I don't listen.
I
to him that
watched
much.
my grandpa say penis.
Oh wait,
I
who
think
said
the
that?
orig-
I
Who
mean-
said that?
NBA YoungBoy. So
All the
apparently-
new age
appar-
rappers nowadays are just
Hold on,
saying
Teeoh. So
stupid shit.
apparently he said, "I watched my grandpa save pennies," but that's not what happened. You were this close, man. You were this close. So close.
Yes.
So far.
Oh, but
I mean,
He
I like
tried
the
to
intention,
recover.
but no.
Close, but
my
no
grandpa
cigar.
say penis. What is this? Some
Bad
cafeteria
recovery.
game, or you just the penis game in the cafeteria?
I guess.
The old folks home. They're saying penis, so the caretaker's got to tell them to shut up. Oh man. But another track that I want
my
to talk
gosh.
about as far as the leaks are concerned. I know there was a discretion on where this goes, but if you're saying that with Ultra 85 having different sort of almost internal genres of what the album is,
Yeah.
it makes sense that What I Know Now could be on there, and that's a song that
100%.
I enjoy a hell of a lot.
No,
of.
dude, that's my favorite song to listen to in the car.
It bumps. I would just wish the drums weren't so fucking loud. If anyone can master
The
it, it'd be
mix was
beautiful.
better.
If
I
it-
love the bass. I love that underlying like bass though. It just sounds
Yeah.
like
I said before,
it's
if anyone can master it, that would be great.
oh
Evan.
Anymore.
pointing.
Yo, he ducked out of there, dog.
Though with that being said, I think we dogged on Supermarket before in the first podcast, but I want to dog on it again. Why, if you're making songs like What I Know Now, how could you not include that? How can you have Supermarket be so low quality in comparison just to that song?
Include Lemon Drop.
Fucking Lemon.
Get me.
Get Swifty! Rick Sanchez! It's like, why? Fucking why, dude?
Because he fucking can. That's why.
Like, I don't even
That's very
care.
true.
Like, not even as a character is it okay to say that. If this is supposed to be a companion piece to a book, this is about like the character, whatever the character is in Supermarket. Like, why would you even have your character say Rick Sanchez get Swifty on a track and make it serious?
Because he's a white kid who loves Rick and Morty.
I mean, I get you're on Rick and Morty, and you're probably contractually obliged to make a Rick and Morty mention, but like, come on.
Contractually.
Come on, man.
No.
You could at least make it a little better. Just a little better.
That was
dude.
the contract agreement between.
And he's
he
like, I'll
had
just
said,
put it on the
um,
let's put it on
when
Lemon
he got
Drop.
the
This-
fucking feature
like-
on Bobby
like-
Tarantino too.
He said, what was it? Supermarket was like a baseline for like his future like albums like that. So he's
Also,
like,
keep in
Well,
mind,
stop you-
Supermarket has been being worked on since Bobby Tarantino won.
yes, sir, it has.
The book or the project?
Probably
Yes.
both.
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
it's taking you 3 years to put out these series of 13 tracks, I've got a few questions.
It's like 3 good songs.
I've got a few questions because I just don't know.
He's got to.
And look, I love Logic and all, but I will be harshly critical where I need to be harshly critical. And this is just not it. This project is not it. I've said it before. I will put it on my fucking deathbed. This album is not it. So if you're taking 3 years to come up with these 13 songs as your final projects, how can you actually put songs like By the Bridge and Lemon Drop on a fucking album?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but how?
Or maybe he had the songs and everything already made, and then he was just waiting on the book to finish. Maybe
Even
I
still,
don't
you
know.
have all the time to curate this. You have all the people in the world to bounce this off
True.
of. And they went in there and said, yeah, I like Lemon Drop.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Logic's been saying he's been in like the state of mind to do whatever his fans want.
I don't think
Because like
I
he
don't
said, he
think
didn't even want to do Young Sinatra 4. He didn't want to do.
He said he didn't
what's
want
it
to do No
called?
Pressure. He said he didn't want to do No Pressure.
He said he was gonna drop Ultra 85 just for the money, but he didn't want to be like fucked up like that.
I assume he says this all in the Hard Knocks interview.
No, he said it during the stream. He was gonna drop Ultra 85, but something.
And that's
just felt that was
and
kind
that's
of
the
greedy.
problem. And that's the problem that I was talking about before. He goes to the storytelling. Once he dropped Under Pressure, he went to the storytelling. He went mainstream. And I know he mentioned it, and I think in Reasonable Doubt, like, I went to do this to feed my family. Why do the fuck do you think I went pop, or whatever the fuck he said specifically?
Why do you think I went pop so my family could eat? But
Yeah.
now that the something is full, it's just a pin in this beat. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, so he clearly went that direction because he wanted to appease a people pleaser, and I understand that. I can be the same way, but when it comes to the music, you should not be bending over backwards to please people. Look, if you have your fans
Well, no.
know what your fans know what you are, and they know who you are, and they are willing to go with you wherever you decide to take them. But when you start taking them directions that you are mindlessly going to just because you think you can get a wider audience rather than taking them to where you really want to go, you're going to create a complete dissonance. There's going to be a complete distance between where your head is and where your fans are.
Well, no, he said it wasn't because his fans wanted it. He said he was doing it just for the money because he said, "Why do you think I went pop so my family could eat?" Like that basically just says, "Why do you think I did this pop style like everybody album so that I can just like."
But here's
don't
the thing with that. It's like even music, even like conceptually and musically, it's pretty sloppy
Yeah.
in comparison. So it's pretty much just people pleasing. Exactly. It's like he's people pleasing because he knows that's what the sound they want, and that's it's money. So there's two sides of the same coin, you could argue. But again, even if who in the fuck in your fan base or outside of your fan base is saying I want Lemon Drop?
There's quite a few,
Fair point.
quite a few
He's-
people that do like
yeah.
Lemon Drop.
He said
Fortunately.
he said in the Hard Knock TV interview, he said
Unfortunately.
there's so many people have come up to me and said Lemon Drop, or not Lemon Drop, but Supermarket's my favorite album.
Yeah.
That face.
I'm sorry, but are these functioning to these people? I'm not one to tell people what they can and can't enjoy, but I'm going to question what the fuck they can enjoy.
Well, he said they'll say like, oh yeah, I'm not like that much into rap, but like when you drop this,
Yeah,
it was
like-
amazing.
And
I mean,
sure,
it gets people into him as a person, I guess.
Sure, but
like,
there's-
it's not.
but
his
there's-
I mean, don't
vibe,
get me
guess.
wrong.
not
I
good
love
music.
me some Red Hot Chili Peppers, but that's just not.
here's the
not
thing.
bad.
You can do the
It's just
sound.
not it.
You can do the sound, but you just actually have to make it sound good. Like, if this would have been an album full of what I know now as Bohemian Rhapsodies and Can I Kick It, I would have been so fine with that. Or even probably gonna rock your worlds.
Bro, the
You know,
what is it?
there are songs on there that could carry.
Education from myself
switch
is
up?
good, and probably gonna rock your world are only good because they're produced by Mac DeMarco.
Like, there are
Dude,
ways
the,
you could go
um,
about an alternative
think-
album,
What is it?
but you just didn't go about the right way.
I think it's funny because I used to compare the title track for Supermarket that it sounds so much like Coldplay.
I forgot Supermarket
It
was that
sounds
title
like
track.
a Coldplay song.
Dude, the switch up on Bohemian Rhapsody though is
Like, that's what I'm saying.
like
Like, that's what I'm saying. If you could do songs like that,
yeah.
like an album full of Bohemian Rhapsodies, Can I Kick It, What I Know Now is presumably that if that's because they sonically they're very similar. Like, you know, and I would say again, like, I'm probably gonna rock your world. Like, those kind of tracks, like, you would be fine if you could curate that. And I'm sure, because I mean, obviously, remember he made the snippet where it's like, but the snippet where it's like, oh yeah, and like everyone ratted on him for
Yeah.
it, and it was just,
Yeah.
I think I heard like rumors to say he was pissed about that he was getting shit on for it. And I think rightfully so. It just wasn't good. It wasn't a good snippet. So clearly, there's other tracks that were on the cutting room floor here. Oh, and you
How
went,
did-
you
How
went
did
down on IG.
changes? How did
Oh my
changes
gosh.
not
Yeah,
make it
your,
onto
your live
Supermarket?
went down.
Fucking.
Oh, mine did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you-
IG
I was saying
is
my mic
down.
was bad again. I was gonna start screaming.
Okay, well, I need to sign back in then.
But it's just there's my problem is it's just with some of Logic's other works. It's just, again, like, there are so many other things that you could have curated. You had so much time to work on these things, yet some of these tracks are clearly so people pleasing, money grabbing moves. I understand to a degree why he did it, to go pop, to basically be fan service, to get revenue. I get it, but you have to sometimes go with what you're comfortable with. If you don't want to sit there making every Young Sinatra album in the book from 1 to 10 and make an entire J.K. Rowling series out of it, you know, don't. Go with what you're comfortable with. Like, for me with my music, I've sit there and I've arguably scrapped projects that have been in my head. I've never actually conceptually started them, but I've scrapped so many things. I've gone back to other things, readapted them and changed them, not to anyone else's liking, but to what I'm feeling. You know, you have to be able to progress with your music and in yourself, and know that whatever you're doing is you're putting your all into it. And that will show. If you're putting your emotions in its sound and you're putting your all into something, it reflects. And that's why I love No Pressure. Despite him saying that he didn't want to make No Pressure, you know, every song on this album is pretty much well curated. I can't complain about any of these tracks on here. I can complain about tracks that aren't on here, but I cannot complain about what's on here. And that makes an entire world of difference. And I just wonder if it was simply No ID helping to be the main executive producer of this album, that it succeeded in such a way. Because the last one that he did was Under Pressure, and everything else after that you could argue was starting to crumble in quality as the years went on.
True.
And it's just, like, I'm saying that as a man who loves Logic, who loves the story behind him, and just, you know, thinks he's a generally all around good guy. But when it comes to some of the choices and, you know, executive decisions, you raise questions as far as, like, what are the motives behind this? Is this just yes men saying go for it? Is there just a lack of care? Is it more about money? That's just what I want to know. And if Logic ever has answered that or has answered some of these questions, I would love to hear a true solid answer, and that's what I'm concerned about mostly. Because if you can be honest and say, yeah, this is why I did these things, at least you could say, okay, you at least manned up and said it, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think as a fan, if you are going to make this your retirement and this is going to be your last album, you might as well go on record and just be honest about everything.
Yeah.
True.
Give us the backstory. Give us, because there have been fans who've been with you from the jump. I joined in pretty much maybe about 7 months before Under Pressure, and I was able to catch up on all the mixtapes and such. And so I was geared for the album. I was ready. And so I've been there, and I understand what came before it, and I know what came after it. And I still, I can find the things on each album that I like, and I will come back to it. But there's some questions that just need answered that haven't been. And that's just, if you're going to retire and just drop it all this way, I think you need to be able to answer some of these questions without taking it as a complete attack to your character.
I hope those will be like answered in like his upcoming like Twitch streams.
Yes.
So he's doing like once or like I don't even know how many times a week, but he's doing them weekly, is what he said. I don't know how long that'll last.
Once a week? Okay.
I don't know how long it'll last, but he said weekly. So
and I know he wants to do track by track breakdowns on the productions and on the lyrics and everything. So I'm hoping that somewhere in there we can get some insights on everything, because I would just like to know the inner workings of what's going on in your mind throughout the song. I think I don't remember if it was an actual number or not. It was estimation or it was confirmed, but I think it was 10,000 songs he has unreleased.
Yeah, 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just. And you've only officially released maybe 200, a little over 200.
Let me see.
200, maybe 250 at most.
219 ish.
Yeah. So, I just wonder, is it a perfectionism, or are there certain reasons that I assume definitely a lot of them are clearance issues as far as samples goes, sure, but other tracks it's like, why was some of these things not curated better? Because there are so many things that you could point out to fix. Confessions, Supermarket, Young Sinatra 4, everybody. I'm not going to count the Tarantinos, because the Tarantinos are a completely different vibe, and I think this should be looked at as a completely different lens, because those are clearly just turn up mixtapes, and turn up projects are judged completely different compared to actual bodies of work that are albums, conceptual, etc., etc. That's why there's a lot of flack for Fantano, for example, of giving the Lil Pump self-titled album a 7 and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a 6, because you're rating on two different in scales. So I think the Tarantinos are sort of different points entirely, but main releases, I have questions, and I think a lot of other fans have questions as well. And I'm just glad that he said he's going to wrap up the Thomas and Kai story. I'm glad he's wrapping that up in some way, shape, or form, because that's very unfinished.
So he said that he was going to, and then was it Kevin Randolph said that he plays Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Randolph said that they're gonna finish that up. So
Good.
Yeah, don't know exactly. We don't know it all when, but hopefully soon. Speaking about we were just talking about them finishing up all that stuff. What about the movie and all that stuff? Because we haven't heard anything on the movie in a while.
I mean, his first one, it got bought out by J.J. Abrams.
I just texted
so
J.J.
that
Abrams on
one's...
some $1 million shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's in production. I know that. Yeah.
Oh,
That one's in production.
They started production when? Or they first mentioned.
I don't have a
Yeah,
goddamn
it was
clue. Don't even ask
before
me.
Kodum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it
Yeah.
was Bobby Tarantino too.
It's it's probably in early production. It was in early production at that point, but
It's probably now paused because of COVID.
Yeah,
100%.
Probably
probably.
paused because of a lot of
'Cause of
other
that.
things too.
And yeah, and then he hasn't said anything about a second one, which
Wasn't
who
a second?
knows? It
What's
could
what's
be.
up with the second book too? Isn't that supposed to be sci-fi?
There's like
Yes.
3
Well,
more
no,
books
because
that he's
second
working
one
on.
was supposed to be the second movie was supposed to be Supermarket. I think is what he said.
Oh, I didn't know.
During Totem Tour, he said he was making Supermarket into a movie.
Is
Yeah,
he gonna
because he said he was
self-act?
making the script for it.
Shoot.
Is he
I
gonna
didn't finish
is he gonna
I
cast
don't
the
know.
main role, or is he gonna act it himself?
I think he said he was gonna. No, I can't remember what exactly he said. I think he said he was going to, but then he wasn't. I don't know.
I mean, either way, I
I-
think a lot of that's washed now because he's got a kid.
Yeah, true. I think it would be cool to see him as the main character, but at the same time, I think that would take away from the actual story, in a way.
And it depends. It depends on how it's played.
Yeah.
Because obviously he knows
Like,
the
I mean, I'm
character
not-
best. Because
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't play it, but it definitely wouldn't. There would be other people I could think would play it.
Anthony Fantano.
Melon.
Fuck no.
I would be interested in seeing that. Though here's the thing though with the supermarket, I haven't actually read the book. Admittedly, so I don't remember who the main character
you
is in the
not?
supermarket.
Oh, Finn.
Flynn.
Flynn. Yeah.
Flynn. So
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Flynn.
Is Flynn actually described in the book, like physically?
He's a white
I
kid.
think so.
I presume.
That's all I
so.
remember. It's been a while.
Logic. I think it was said that it was technically kind of logic in a way, but not.
Okay, because if it's not logic, then then you can basically just cast for whatever the
Well,
descriptions
he
are.
said.
Yeah.
He said.
And
The
it would still
character
be
is
the same.
based off of him, and then the characters around him are like partially like taken from
His life,
people that he's like met in
It's
life.
technically a biography, like an autobiography, but not.
Yeah.
So basically, at that point in time, you can just pick and choose characters that just fit the description as best
Mm.
as possible. He doesn't actually have to act it now.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Yeah.
he said on Good Morning America that it's basically him.
I don't watch Good Morning America. I'm not up in the mornings for that.
What am I, 60?
Well, it's on YouTube, so.
Do I watch Good Morning America on YouTube?
Well, it has logic in it. I don't know.
I'm not actively looking for good morning
I'm not an
America.
internet boomer. I'm not a wine
Shut
mom
up,
on
Tio.
Facebook.
Hey, shut up, Tio.
Oh
You
man,
really do be kind of a boomer.
who put the script? Who put the message in the script?
Me.
Thank you for that.
I mean, yeah.
What?
Garbag E. Wonder what that means.
For those
Baggy.
guys that don't know, we had a script from like what 11 months ago.
No, I think it was from like
Yeah.
April. It was from April.
From April.
Yeah.
We never used it.
It was when Mac Miller's new album came out.
It was three
when we
3
made
months
it.
after Mac's album came out. It was April 17th specifically.
Yeah.
And I think
So-
that's a fair transition to another point since we've been rambling about this stuff for a while. Who else have we been listening to?
JID. Lot of JID.
A lot of DiCaprio.
Yeah, and then I've also like there are also a lot of snippets online and stuff
Ooh, good point.
from like his new album. His new album sounds insane, and I'm so ready for it.
JID is an incredible artist.
I'm hoping that what if they put like 88 bars on JID's album?
Yeah,
That would-
actually, that is a very good question.
that would be incredible.
How much of the stuff that Logic has recorded is going to wind up to somebody else? Because I remember on Silas's pretty much after party stream after the No Pressure stream ended, they were asking like, oh, what's going to happen to all these tracks like PTSD and Euphoria or this or that and all whatever. There, you honestly wonder if these are going. And I think he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be given like Bobby, give me my verse. He was jokingly saying that to him on stream. So I honestly wonder if some of these tracks are just going to be wound up put on other people's albums, and Logic's just going to be a feature.
Yeah.
True.
Which I think would make sense because if it's already recorded, it's just an easy way for you to get money still while you're retiring. So you don't have to do much. Maybe show up for a music video shoot one day. That's it. Like,
He's
Yeah.
still gonna give verses because he said to Currency he'd give him a verse any day.
yeah,
Yeah, he said he's still gonna like do stuff.
He's still
but
gonna make
not his
music.
own songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who else? So you said JID. Evan.
JD. Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony, Trevor, anything else you want to chime in as far as you've been listening to? Besides
Quinn
Logic?
92.
I mean, what?
Quinn.
Quinn's
Quinn
new album.
XE. Quinn
Holy
XE2.
Fuck.
Ah.
His name is Quinn
His album
92, by the way.
Well, no, I know, but like
Quinn
nobody.
92.
I know, but nobody like knows what those.
His name is
craps
Quincy,
mean.
by the way.
Yeah, it's Quincy.
I'm gonna take a stab and say that he was
Quinn.
born in '92.
Probably.
Maybe.
That would actually kind of make
Uh,
sense. I've never actually
don't know.
connected those together.
Let's see. Fuck. Let's see.
Trevor's got to click around to find out who he listens to. Stay tuned.
No, yes, he was born in '92.
Oops.
That's what I was looking up.
I didn't mean
Been
to press
listening
that.
to a lot of Quinn and John Bellion.
But yeah, Quinn's new album I've listened to a lot. Juice World, of course.
Ah,
It's
yes.
just a good album.
I mean, actually,
But yeah,
we weren't able to be on the podcast to talk about that Juice's death. That's actually a fairly decent
Yeah.
topic to really to hit on real quick, at least. And into the let me just find a chat real quick on the IG. Think he's gonna drop any of his singles or just features. I don't know if he drop any more singles. I think if anything, it's just gonna be. I'm gonna speak on the collective here because I think we pretty much agreed on this. That it's pretty much just gonna be him giving features. I don't think he's gonna actually drop any more singles under the Logic moniker. Though I am curious if he's gonna drop anything under the Sir
Bobby Hall.
Robert Bryson Hall II moniker. Like if he's just
Or
gonna
just
go,
Bobby Hall.
if he's just gonna go by on a name first name
He's just gonna
basis.
do Bobby Hall.
In open mic, Damien said, "Welcome to the stage, Mr. Hall." So
Yeah.
Adios persona.
Uh-oh.
Adios
It's all
persona.
connected now.
Adios persona.
wait, hold on.
All connected. It's all connected.
Well, actually, if you look back at 2014 and you bring this back,
I honestly wonder how
Oh
much
my
of what
God.
we've and other people have been theorizing, how much of a reach it actually really is. Like I honestly wonder.
Honestly, yeah.
90% of the theories are huge reaches.
But they're still fun to, I guess, hypothesize. And I mean, Kodum, the entire
mean,
album being
Some
good
of
is a
our-
reach.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Do we even?
So
we
what you
don't
want to
have
do is you
talk
want to
about the
play
Conan
the
theories.
album backwards.
Jesus Christ.
What you're gonna do is play the entire album on mute.
Slaps
you gotta
on
play
mute.
it. You gotta play it in like crisscross order, so you have to flip through songs.
Yeah.
Oh
You
God.
go 1 to 3, and then 2 to 4, and then all yeah.
Oh yes, because
What you want to do is you want to listen to Bobby featuring my dad.
for 16 times in a row.
That's all. That's
So I'll just listen to
you have
Bobby
to listen to
featuring my.
it.
Oh, that's actually a good
You have
question.
to listen to it 7 times in a row, and then the door opens, and you actually see what the album is.
Wait, I got something to go
Anyways,
to.
go on.
I got something to go to, but
What's up?
first off, let's go back to the Juice World thing. I was
Yeah.
surprised. I remember waking up and reading that. Like I woke up surprisingly early for some reason. Like maybe like for
Yeah.
early for me it was like 10:30 in the morning. I look up on my phone. I go on Twitter. I see R.I.P. Juice. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like you've got to be fucking kidding me. I just wake up on a Saturday morning and Juice World's dead. Like, what the
I
fuck?
mean, that's how it was with like Kobe. Like, I
Oh,
was
don't even
not.
get me started on
I was
Kobe.
not
I was
expecting
not.
that one.
I was not prepared for Kobe Bryant to be dead.
That was hard. to
That
say
one
the
hurt
least.
me hard.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay,
It did.
so,
Like, it was just surprising.
I'm not even like a basketball like.
Yeah,
So
like
I don't watch the
even
NBA like, at
non-basketball
all.
fans were still
But like just
hurt.
knowing like what he has done for his like community
Who
and
he
stuff,
Just
was,
the
and who he
name.
was.
The name.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumba.
The man was just a legend
We
on and
all
off the
remember
court. Had just such
Yeah.
a status as
He's
one of
just
the
a great
greatest to
dude.
play the game. You know, very, very
And
funny,
just-
very laid back, very just helpful dude. Just you can't
Great
say
dude in
enough
general.
nice things. Just I mean, for
Yeah.
God's sakes, if you shoot something into a trash can, it's called it's Kobe. It's fucking
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah.
And it's just it's just been a lot of weird things happening, like at really just over the past
This year has been just
Yeah.
whack.
And I just remember with Juice, like the first thing everyone went to was ski, because ski was fucked up.
Mm.
Ski mask was fucked
Also for
up, man.
X.
Oh well, X has already passed at this point in time.
No,
I'm
well,
saying.
I know. I'm just saying.
Saying
for
when
even,
X
like,
died,
for
ski
X,
mask
like
was
ski
that.
was.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
ski,
well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone went to ski immediately because after X passed, ski and Juice became close.
Mhm.
And Ski just almost was like feeling like he was this almost death magnet. It was just like, oh my god. He was saying, like, tweeting like, why couldn't it have been me?
Yeah.
And just all this stuff, and it's just like I feel so bad for him, you know. And I hope he's doing much better now. I really do. But it's just you just can't help but feel for the guy.
Isn't he releasing his album soon?
Yeah, he released a single. Like there was so much that came out
Was
on
it?
the same day that No Pressure dropped. I know he released a single. I
Yeah.
can't remember. It's in my
I thought he was talking about his album or something. I can't remember what he exactly said.
It's called Burn the Hoods. Pretty much, I would assume like an anti-white supremacy track, anti-KKK track. I haven't listened to it yet, admittedly, but it's pretty much, I would guess, just pretty much a political track, political rap
Probably.
track.
Yeah.
But it's just, oh man, what was my topic before? Christ.
Juice.
No, it was the other topic. What were we talking about? What tangent were we going on before?
Juice, Kobe.
We were talking about new music.
Oh yeah, who were
Like
we listening to?
music we're
Who were we listening
listening
to?
No, we were having having a tangent in that conversation though. What were we saying?
I said JID.
No, we went on a random tangent, laughing.
No,
at that
I know. I'm
conversation.
just trying to go. I'm just trying to backtrack.
Trevor,
through
it
it.
was something that you said.
Fuck, what did I say?
Juice World?
Yeah, I mean,
Then
Hold on.
That Quinn XCII was born in 1992.
since 1993, I've been smoking weed.
since 1990. Wait, was it 1993?
Yes?
Yeah,
Question
yeah.
mark.
I think it was. Since
been
1993.
smoking weed.
I've been
Ask
smoking
about.
weed.
Okay.
Ask about. me.
Anyway, we're backtracking here. Quinn XCII isn't even his real name. His name is Michael.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I remember now.
His name is Michael.
He
Quinn's
owns
name is
an
Michael?
Instagram page called Mike's Mustard something restaurant or something like that.
Who's got
Look
mustard?
at this. Look in chat. Look in chat real quick.
On what
Look in
chat?
Discord chat. That's his real name.
Oh my
Discord.
gosh,
Let me-
Michael Temrowski.
How the? Who spells Michael
Quinn.
like that?
Mikhail.
Yeah, that's Mikhail.
I mean, I guess you can get Quinn from that. Sure, whatever floats your boat. But I remember the topic, because we were talking about Bobby and featuring my dad, not my dad. Logic's
Oh
dad.
yeah.
Did any of you guys get to go to the concerts at all?
I went to the Bobby Tarantino versus Everybody, but I did not go to Confessions.
You didn't
I
go to-
wanted to. I wanted to, but it was on a school night and it was like 4 hours away.
Nothing ever comes to my town, so
Big rip. Anthony,
Yeah,
I don't
Trevor
think
Trevor lives
you
in the
went.
boonies.
yeah, I live in the
I had
middle
the
of fucking
chance
nowhere.
to go to the Kodum tour. I said maybe. And then
Dude.
I just never went.
So I want to talk about that real quick because I actually went to the Confessions tour. It was actually my first Logic concert ever because I've wanted to go before, but I've been very hesitant because I guess for a little bit of context here, I'm someone who tries to abstain and just avoid anything to do with like substances like drinking, smoking. So like a lot of these concerts, like, 'cause I'm there to support my cousin at local shows, who's also a rapper. Shout out to Jay Hill. He the people there, like whether it's other artists or just people in the crowd, there's always just like a lot of weed smoke and everything, and I get so anxious around it personally. So I just try
We
to
had
avoid
a-
that.
At my concert, we had somebody like stole our seats, and we were like they were
for
just
the Tarantino
smoking
everybody?
and
Yeah.
like vaping. Yeah, they were just like vaping or like smoking and stuff, and we're like, hey,
Yeah.
like these are our seats. Like,
I almost got beat up by a drunk guy at a G-Eazy concert.
That'll happen.
I Everyday occurrences. What do you mean?
it's just that.
Just something that happens
Go-
when you
No,
like get
it
on the
was
train.
it was after a song. Like
Get-
it was
starts
me
losing
and like
his
three of my
mind
friends.
over fucking me, myself, and I. Plays.
Honestly, yeah. No,
He was just
'cause
jamming out,
it was
bro.
that tour actually.
It was Baby
Wow.
Reha or whatever, how you pronounce her fucking name, that really got him energized. But no, so I went to the show because it was like, okay, it's at Peterson Event Center, in Pitt. It's like, okay, fine. There shouldn't be much tomfoolery going on here. And plus, I actually got the tickets for free somehow, because it was like,
Tomfoolery.
because it was like on like the actual event page for the actual tour on Facebook. It was like, oh, try to fill out you can enter here to try to win VIP tickets or whatever. And I entered it, and I guess somehow I got selected. Oh, you didn't win the VIP, but you still won 2 free tickets. I'm like, okay, sure, I guess, whatever. So within the past couple of days before the concert, I was like, do I want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go. So I made the plans and I went solo because I didn't have anyone else to go with, because all my friends were up at school. So I went to this concert solo. Got my first Uber ever, which was interesting. Went to the show, spent like $200 some on merch before the concert even started, which was worth it.
Yeah.
Because the Coda merch was actually, one thing I gotta say, the Coda merch was good. The Coda merch
Yeah, it
I
was.
enjoyed. And he
really wish
saved
I got
face on it
flannel.
visually. I think you can still buy the flannel online. I think it might be still 30% off. I don't know if they stopped that
Can
deal or
you?
not.
I think it is.
I think it's still available. Coda merch is still available to buy online.
Yeah, I just don't have any money after all this merch.
Big rip. We'll
I'm
talk
waiting
about that
till
after.
I'm waiting till the last hour to buy anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, for,
because I
I
feel
want to buy.
yeah.
I feel like he's just
I
gonna
was
like
thinking
drop
about buying
something
the
like
new
crazy.
vinyl.
So.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've already spent.
People have been
like,
talking
too
about the
much.
jumpsuit.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that wasn't just a tits jumpsuit, right? Or did he add stuff?
I feel like it was. But
No,
I
he
don't
had
know.
more badges.
Probably. He'll probably make a badge pack or something. If he doesn't
Yeah.
release the entire new
But like,
jumpsuit.
think about it. Like, last like hour or half hour, he just drops like the jumpsuit or like something like really big,
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. I really would not be surprised.
Would
with that.
you buy the
or
jumpsuit?
like a bomber jacket.
I would.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I don't
the
know.
jail
if-
jumper.
I mean, I might like frame it, but I'm not gonna wear that thing.
Yeah, like to have it as like a memorabilia piece.
Yeah. Dude, sell that on eBay from like 30 years from now. Oh my
Shit,
god,
dude, get that bread.
Bro,
But
no,
so-
I'm gonna fucking pull up to my job in the fucking drip, bro.
the logic jumper drip, bro.
No, bro.
You know
You
how it
you
is.
work at like a grocery
Wow,
store.
he's an astronaut.
You're a bagger at a grocery store.
I was just gonna say you're bagging in the jumpsuit. You're like, hey,
so
You got the apron on and everything.
getting the
Trevor,
getting the
let's go.
compliments from the
You're like-
boomers that
you're
come in
like-
at 7 a.m.
you're at like Sky Zone or something. You guys know what Sky Zone is?
Yes, nice. No
Okay.
Sky Zone. I've got bad experiences there.
Sky, yeah, okay. You just pull. Well, Trevor doesn't know what Sky Zone is. It's like a
doesn't?
trampoline park.
Is it?
Ah.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I smacked
so you
my.
just like pull
I
up
can,
to
I can
you pull up to Sky Zone and then you're just like in your suit.
I gotta go on a quick tangent about Sky Zone real quick. I went there once when I was in 8th grade. I had two
When you were-
trampolines. I had 2 trampolines at home when I was younger. Both got destroyed by the weather, but so I'm familiar with trampolines. I'm like, okay, let me give this a whirl. So I literally I'm jumping on the trampoline, get some springiness on it, and I'm like, okay, let me do a front flip. That did not work. I wound up having my kneecap go into my fucking mouth and just pretty much bend my tooth back like 45 degrees. My mouth was bloody. I'm just dripping blood out of my mouth. I wasn't able to trampoline
Wow.
for like 15 seconds, and I was just, it was not fun.
Dude, I do like
It was
double
miserable.
backflips there, and like the workers like, yeah, well, we knew you can do it, but like just like don't.
And it's like, well, fuck you. I
said-
paid for this.
don't.
Yeah, I'm paid to go to a
I paid
trampoline park
to
because I
come
don't
here.
have one.
And if I want to break my body into trampolines, I know I'm responsible. I'm not going to sue you. It's my own dumbass's fault. But
Dude,
so
I had,
go
I
ahead.
think your live cut out again.
of course it did because why wouldn't it? I
Who
think
can
it's like
relate?
every 30 minutes or something it goes out.
No,
probably.
your live's still up. Your live's still up.
Never
So
mind.
so
It was just being
anywho,
weird on my
back
phone.
to the confessions tour. Like I remember, I got to my seats, whatever. I met a couple of people there who were next to me. They were chill people. I think I still have the girls added on Snapchat. They were like maybe 5 years older than me, but still, they seemed to be. I asked them what they knew about Logic, and it's like, oh, we're like, I think they said they started listening after the 1-800 song. So
Yeah.
I kind of got my mindset on there. It's like, this show is geared for the newer fans. This show is not catered to the old fans whatsoever. I noticed that almost immediately. But so it was Silas who opened up to pretty much like 10 people. I kind of felt bad for him, honestly, because you get added onto this leg of the tour, and he's your Logic's pretty much big marquee signee of Bobby Boy Records. Once the name switch happened, you are like the main guy of Bobby Boy Records. You are Silas. You have that immediate connection. You're brought on tour with him on top of names such as Corday, YBN Corday, and JID. And of course Logic. So you're touring right now across the country with some big names, and you go out there first at 7 p.m. to basically like 10 people and the janitors. Like like he just performed. It was just very dead. No one knew the songs much. They were just kind of just there. It was almost just like warm up music. Like I felt kind of bad for him because he's trying to perform. So I'm like, it's customary if you're at a rap show, pretty much to always just like go along to whatever the performer's doing, just to give them energy. It's just almost camaraderie at that point in time. I was trying to do that. It just felt very awkward though. And then Corday went on, and then the crowd started to actually fill in. I just don't know if because people didn't get there on time, or they just knew Logic was probably going to perform later. They're only there to see Logic, and that was it.
Yeah.
But so the Corday put on a good show for about a half hour. I think they did an because Silas performed on pretty much a more bare bones version of Corday's set. Then Corday came out obviously to his set, and then I think they did like a 15-20 minute intermission. JID came out to his set, and his main producer / DJ Christo is actually from Pittsburgh, so there was a few nods and shout outs there. So JID put on a hell of a show there. He really did. He just went on, and a lot of people were in the crowd were actually there for JID, which was cool to see. And then obviously they went another intermission, put some of the gaming stuff that he recorded, like gaming with Logic, whatever, all the stuff on the screen, just to, I guess, fill the time. And then Logic came on, and he did the one opening track with, I think it was Damian Lamar Hudson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I forget what it was called, but
it was a decent opener. And then he just kind of went into more of the just the newer tracks. The only older tracks that he played, I know he played 1-800 for sure. I think he played Fade Away as he titled that as a throwback. Fade Away was a throwback. It just shows who he's catering to, and I understand because you've got all these fans coming in who don't know the old Logic, so you're pleasing the fans that are there, and I can understand that. But I just felt very almost disrespected as an older fan there to this show, and I hate to say that, but like you can just tell like what tracks were because I saw some people who I know who I went to school with who went to multiple Logic shows, like put some of the highlights back on. Like 2015, he was still playing 5 a.m. and everything. 2017, he was definitely still playing a lot of Under Pressure stuff and Tits stuff. So there was a lot of old tracks that got weaned out as far as the years goes, and once pretty much everything was pretty much everybody onward, which is very hit or miss. So the only older tracks he played from everybody back was Fade Away. He played a little bit of Under Pressure, but like nobody knew it, and Logic kind of got mad on stage about that. He's like, "Oh, they don't know this one. They don't know this one. Play something else." So he played the second half of Gang Related, which I'm pretty much in the stands right now going ape shit, because I'm just trying to sing along to every track and give all this hype and get energy and be recognized. And people, because I was doing that with every set, but the people around me actually started to notice that with Logic, that I'm just rattling off like almost every word, and they're like, "Holy shit, this guy knows his stuff."
yeah.
So literally during Gang Related, when it comes to the fast
So, like,
part,
pointing to you and stuff.
no, I told you guys this before, but I haven't told this on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
They literally, the people around me put all their phone lights on me and just put me as a spotlight there. I actually had thought somebody like actual Logic's team put a fucking spotlight onto me. I honestly, because there were so many lights around me, that's what I thought. I thought they put a spotlight on me. I'm just trying to ramble on.
How far away
Gang
were you
Related.
from the front?
So Logic was about, let me try to do this. Logic was about here. I was probably about like over here. I was to the side and up a little bit. So
Like
I
how
so,
many? Do you know an estimate about like how many rows? Because I was 8 rows from the front during my show.
So you were closer than I. I was probably
very
probably
close.
at least like 20, 25 back, but you could still get a decent sight line on me, especially if you have that, especially with that light there, because they had the light on me from the end of Gang Related onward for a few tracks, pretty much till the end of the show. They had like sort of lights on me and attention on me, which I was very appreciative of. So yeah, so I literally took a bow after I breathily rambled Gang Related fast part because I thought they had a spotlight on me, and then I realized it was the crowd around me because they were like, "Oh, dude, you're awesome. We're gonna try to get you on stage." Like it was a collective agreement of everybody in my section to get me on stage, and they're just screaming they're just screaming like, "Bobby, get this kid on stage," and whatever. So like, and then and it was just he played a little bit after that. He played pretty much up to like almost the end of the first verse of All I Do. And I'm there and it was like the volume was a lot lower than every other track because I think he was just trying to almost felt like it was just in between set music the way the volume was, just as a general rule of thumb there. So I'm there trying to scream along the lyrics, and like you probably had to hear me, like because I'm just screaming on the lyrics and it was kind of low volume.
I was screaming so loud at my concert.
Dude,
but,
I'm surprised I had a voice afterwards, but like I was just
I didn't have a voice after mine.
I was lucky to have a voice. I was surprised I didn't have it completely shot. I was very croaky though, but I could actually still talk.
Yeah.
But it was like I'm screaming along to these lyrics, and then like once it starts to get to it's going down, feeling like a million. He cut it off right before that, and he's like, "Oh man, you guys don't know that." And like I'm like, because I would have kept going, but he just cut it off. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why are you cutting that off? I'm vibing.
Yeah.
And then he literally fucking was playing. He literally was trying to do the thing with trying to hype the crowd up for Homicide. Like, oh, you gotta have more intensity in that with the drums or whatever. The live drums trying to rap his fast part on Homicide, and I'm just like there. I'm like, dude, this is bad. And everyone, no one cared. And a lot of people around me were like, yeah, we don't care either. like they didn't care for Homicide. Like it felt very catered of a show, like to a very specific portion of Logic's fan base, and it just felt very odd. And he's literally playing Bobby, like I think he played it in its entirety. I think he played Bobby in its entirety.
If you were playing Bobby and I was there, I would have been screaming.
Oh, I was on my seats, like because I had my 2 seats.
Did he
and I had
bring
my
his
free
dad
tickets
out on
for.
stage?
No, he did. That would have been great. So I'm literally screaming along to Bobby because I had no choice but to. I'm like, okay, this is my only opportunity to get on stage. I guess I got to vibe out to Bobby for the only time ever. In public.
Bobby.
In public, I'm vibing to Bobby. Kill me. And so
Wait, you don't?
it might
You
just be
don't do
you.
that normally?
It might just be you guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to kink shame.
Kind of weird, champ. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't mean to kink shame, but
No, dude.
I'm
So
thinking
I was like 8
There you
rows
go.
from the front, and I know this picture will probably not show up at all, but my flashlight was turned on the whole time, and I didn't know.
Jesus.
I had I think I had 5% after the show was over, just because my flashlight was on while I was recording, and I was the only person with my light turned on. Buddy pointed right at me, so I'm like, just bring me on stage at this point. I'm rapping every word. Just bring me on stage.
So do you think it was to him to tell you to turn off the flashlight, or was it more of just a hey, I see you?
No, it was during Oh my gosh! Wait, it might have actually been during Gang Related. Hold on.
You gonna do a quick test real quick? He's gonna.
Oh no, it was a. What song? Oh, it's the featuring
Warm It
Frank
Up.
Sinatra. Warm it up, yeah.
Warm it up.
But he did
just
Gang
point-
Related either before or after that song. It was like a transition.
But he
So-
pointed at you. That's sick, dude. But like they literally he was just playing all these just a lot of the tracks that were so popular. Like, he played like every day, and I'm kind of having no choice but to vibe along to these tracks that I just don't really care much for in his discography because I was like everyone around me was trying to get me on stage. Like it was just like a complete collective effort, and it just never happened. And just this I don't even remember what the show ended on, but it was just it was.
I think it was every day.
I think he played a couple more encore songs after Every Day, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh really?
I think. But like regardless, it was just one of those things where it was just like it felt so catered to a specific audience. And regardless, the show he put on a good show. It just wasn't my show is the issue. It wasn't the show for Logic fans like all of us here. It was for the arguable, we'll just use Xbox terms here, for example, the new gens, basically. The
Yeah.
equivalency of the new gens. The 1-800 onward fans. And it was just, I don't know. It just felt weird. And it was just, that was the concert experience. And he did play OCD as well. Just, because it had come out maybe like a couple weeks at most before then. So he just played OCD, just kind of stood there and we all just kind of vibed out to it for 5 minutes. Played the entire song, just vibed out. Didn't even perform it, just vibed out.
Was that pre-release or after?
That was a couple weeks after it released.
Okay.
I don't think he played Masterpiece or Perfect. I don't think he played Perfect. I don't think he played anything unreleased at the show. No, I don't think he did. Besides the opener, I think everything else was released.
It wasn't him performing it. It was Rhetoric playing it while he went to the bathroom or did something like that.
Yeah, it was just a bathroom song. So
Right.
At this point, I don't think Perfect was meant for No Pressure. at
No,
all.
it probably wasn't.
So that's why I had gone around and said, you know what, this is a song for him to go pee. Because like it's a minute long. Like what else are you supposed to do in a minute? Like the only other song
Quick shit.
closer to that was that like Wannabe or Clickbait? That was like a minute 57.
Wannabe. I want to be famous. Like just, jeez, ugh.
So
Ugh,
I thought
Coda.
Perfect had been a splitter, or like just a P song.
Transition song. Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it originally was too, but he was like, I need to put something on here for the audience.
For the turn up fans.
Yeah,
And that makes sense. And that ultimately makes sense. I'm curious if there's anything mentioning that on Genius. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got that information from a special guy.
From
So
sources.
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing about it. There's nothing about saying anything to do with that on Perfect. So it's just Logic switches up to some Brad Zadocios rapping as he speaks on his success in life and as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
The shortest and lone turn-up record on No Pressure. And I think, honestly, the way I described it before, as far as being like a transition track to basically just pick you up after your jaw drop from Soul Food 2 to transition you to the smoothness of Man I Is, I think at that point in time it works as that.
The needle drop actually liked that song. Anthony Fantano?
Fantano.
He actually liked that song.
Perfect. I don't blame him.
Fantano also hated Thalia.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I remember he was...
So, somebody commented, they were like, dude, this is a 49-minute video of how much he hates Thalia.
Also didn't like A to Z.
How?
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah.
I think Sean C was kind of picky on other things as well, if I'm not mistaken, with the review.
Wait, didn't Sean C release a video on No Pressure?
Yeah, same day.
I feel like he
Fantano.
did. I haven't seen it yet. I need to go watch that.
Did. He gave it the same rating as Fantano as a spoiler, but he talks about it a little differently than Fantano does. I mean, I'm glad that at least this album is getting good reviews from everyone pretty much so far. Like, a strong 7 from Fantano equates to a light 8. So you could argue either way. I mean, even a strong 7, that's good for a send off. I think it was the best score Fantano ever gave a Logic album.
He gave Under Pressure a 6.
Yeah, he gave Under Pressure a 6. For No Pressure to get a strong 7,
Yeah.
he's doing something right here with this project. And obviously, it could have also been influenced by the complete disaster that Kodum was. And Derek has put in the chat. I think that's actually a pretty good thing to transition to and probably come to a close on, because we've been going for what, an hour and a half?
I'll see.
We are at 93 minutes.
So Derek had asked,
Yes, sir.
Derek Quezada, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right there, dude. He said, what songs do you think that he's going to perform when he goes on tour for the new album? That is a very good question, because he did say he was going to tour this album.
There is no way that I see him not playing Soul Food 2.
Yeah, they have to do Soul Food.
I think No Pressure could be a good intro in general. I don't think Celebration is going to get a play nowadays, unfortunately.
Unless they just skip out Silas's verse.
He could just do his verse, which I think Logic has. I can't remember the other song. I think Logic on Confessions, he played a song that was featured on, but he might have just played his verse only. I know he's cutting verses on Kodum. I don't remember if it was other people's or it was, regardless of whose song it was. I know he was cutting verses. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does that, just to still have parts of the song in. I can see No Pressure.
Probably Dad Bod.
Could see Growing Pains 4 too, as well.
I can see GP4 playing.
Lit
Yeah,
concert.
I'd say No Pressure GP4.
The flow on that song is amazing.
Oh yeah, dude, he's just flowing his ass off. Celebration Part 1, Soul Food 2, Perfect for sure. Perfect is getting definitely a bit more plays.
I don't think Perfect would probably.
Perfect's a banger. It's a perfect song to
I
perform.
like Perfect, but I don't think he'll play it again because he played it during.
He didn't play it. He didn't play it during my show. He didn't. He only played it during certain
He didn't play it
shows.
during mine. Well, no, I wasn't at that concert. My bad.
He only played it at certain shows, so I think it's now one of those things. It's like, all right, yeah, it makes sense to perform now. I definitely see Men I as being performed. 5 Hooks maybe.
See the whole album being performed. I'm gonna be honest.
5 Hooks.
Yeah,
5 Hooks.
Just
Because
do the whole album.
Do the whole album.
Fuck it.
5 Hooks is definitely going to be on there.
I don't
because
think.
it's like-
I don't think he's gonna perform Dark Place though. I don't.
Yeah, I was just
know.
about to say
There's
that.
certain
I
certain
realized what
tracks
I
that he's
said.
not gonna perform. A to Z I can see
Or
because
open
he'll
mic.
probably have the crowd chant A B C D. I can see
Probably.
that
You
happening.
could see him like throwing up
Yeah.
pictures of Little Bobby too on the
Yeah.
background, or like
Yeah.
videos of him.
Or almost do like Sesame Street with the letters. I can see
Hey.
that working with like that with visually as well. I can even see Amen being like almost like a final track.
Oh my God, Amen is just gonna be
Amen would be
crazy
amazing.
live.
Amen as a final track or like as a pretty much a closer track. And of course he's gonna play other songs from other past albums. 1-800 is unfortunately a definite.
Probably.
1-800 a definite track no matter what.
I hope he does throwback songs on this too. Like
Yeah,
playing a
at
lot
this
of
at
songs
this
from
at this
Under
point in
Pressure
time,
and-
he has no choice but to play throwback songs.
I mean,
think
he has to.
I think it's going to be essentially the best of No Pressure that can be performed, as well as a greatest hits medley of his entire career. He would be dumb to not do that, because it's your final tour off of No Pressure, the sequel to Under Pressure, which your hardcore fans love, and some of your new fans have even gone back to and found appreciation for. So you have a great launching point there to please everybody. So you could
Let's just bring a song from every single project.
I would say I would say 1 or 2 from every project, definitely. Though I'm surprised, honestly, considering he went on because at the Pittsburgh show, which is where I'm at, which is where I'm from. He went on. He talked about Mac Miller for a little bit, for like maybe a few minutes. I think it's also when he said also during that same, it might have been during that same monologue that making Kodum saved his life. I think you remember. I know you posted about that, Evan, at one point. So I'm surprised he didn't play the first Young Sinatra because he mentioned like, oh, if it was for Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza, which I turned into Young Sinatra. I'm surprised he didn't play it right then and there, which would have been great. Because I honestly wonder how many of the new fans had never heard of that song before. Because I can definitely see like Young Sinatra being played for sure, and you can just piece together the best of every other track. I'd love to see the Spotlight live, man.
Like,
Want to see Megan
Inception.
live? Bring out Castro.
Ooh,
Shy Gray.
that would make sense.
That would
if you-
actually be sweet.
if you would see like all the old like in a whole old reunion of the old Rat Pack. Like you have Lenny come up and perform Protect Your Neck and other songs. You have Castro come on and perform Ballin' and Beggin'.
Bellion.
Bring John Belly in.
Dude,
You
I
bring
was-
you bring the
Forever
entire
Bellion.
VMG with you. You bring VMG.
I really
want
want to see.
I'd
I really want
cry,
to see
dude.
Walk On By come up.
Oh,
Or
Walk On By.
Ooh,
live.
Walk on by.
Anything
That
from
would-
fucking
numbers.
Welcome to Forever, I would love to see. I would love.
Yeah.
Dude. What an album. What an
What if he did-
album.
Oh my gosh.
What if he did what?
Midnight Marauder.
And also, Derek just commented again. Will he drop new merch?
Oh,
when
I
he goes on tour?
guarantee. I
Probably.
guarantee. The man wants to feed his kid.
Bro, the man needs some money for his.
He's
kid.
like he's like saying on
Bobby-
this live stream, oh my baby's gonna be decked out with all these merch purchases. My baby's gonna be decked out basically.
Oh, did you hear
So
that?
A to Z is
when he,
credited.
Whoa.
He's credited on
Wait,
it.
Anthony, your mic.
Your mic. Mike.
So I think Trevor was gonna say this also, but when,
But yeah, the little Bobby has a writing credit on A to Z, and Logic is making a whole bank account for him, and every proceed he makes off that is going into that account.
Kid's gonna have some money.
He's gonna give it
Bro,
to he's gonna
gonna
give it
have
to him
some-
when he's like 21 or something.
Probably
Bro,
18.
Lil Bobby already has more money in that account than I do in my whole fucking bank account.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Bro,
I mean, I basically would expect just 1 to 2 songs from everything else.
this dude's already balling, and he's like 3 months old.
However old he is, at least, yeah. It's
Yeah.
incredible. But I honestly, I expect 1 to 2 songs from every album. And I think 1-800 is going to be an obvious off of everybody.
True.
Dude, Anxiety Live. Oh my gosh.
Anxiety Live would be pretty good, but I think if anything, it would make more sense to play. It would make more sense to play something like Ink Blot because that's sort of a banger track.
I would say
Play the
Anxiety,
Everybody title track.
but that's just me.
I mean, you have a fair amount of choices there, but again, I think it all depends on the sort of vibe versus what you would play live, because live you're supposed to pretty much play all hype.
Or
generally, all hype.
maybe it just changes every show. Just change. Like,
That
certain
that would be
parts of it.
interesting to see.
Also, there's some backup for doing the Young Sinatra tapes.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's not gonna do like big arenas anymore. He's just gonna do like 3,000 to 7,000.
Yeah,
people
smaller
venues.
venues.
Smaller.
Smaller, 7,000 people. But
Air quotes,
Yeah.
of course. So there's no excuses. There's no
Smaller.
excuses, and I honestly wonder if he's just going to be all him or if he's going to bring openers. I think if he brings openers, it's probably going to be like VMG and all
local.
the guys he went up
I was gonna say local.
local.
openers. Like,
Local would be good. If he
Bro.
comes to Pittsburgh, I am throwing my hat in that ring. What if
Like,
Logic
I
shows
know
us
it's
his
not
baby
his
when he's on
song,
tour,
but a
Derek?
fucking-
He's not going to bring his kid on tour, Derek. I'm sorry. He's not going to bring his kid on tour. Pictures probably from his wife
I don't
back
think he wants
home,
to do
sure,
that.
but I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to. I don't think he's going to bring his kid on tour.
And coming to you live, spitting his verse from A to Z, Little Bobby.
Goo goo
Maybe a
gaga.
video chat. Maybe a video chat on
That
stage.
that would be cool. He's got a lot of tour potential here with this. I just hope he doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't
I don't think
appeal
he
to the
will.
new fans. I hope he appeals to everybody. Not the everybody
Yeah,
fans, but everybody as a whole.
Everybody bleed. Everybody
also-
needs some.
Also, him saying he wants to do like smaller venues and everything gives me hope that he
Oh,
might
no.
actually come to my town.
I hope, dude.
Because like we have one of the most like prestigious smaller venues in all of Washington. Well, a couple of them, honestly.
I'm assuming he'll do small shows like the Troubadour show, if you guys remember that.
dude, the Troubadour.
I don't know if I
Troubadour,
it
Troubadour,
Troubadour?
Troubadour.
Okay.
I don't know if I know that one.
He
There
did
were
a show for like
probably,
$3.01.
Yeah, it was $3.
Oh, right,
1
right,
cent.
right. That's probably
There were like
sold out.
100, 150 people there. Oh my
They
god.
sold out quick, probably.
There's a video up on it on VMG, I think, about
I'm
that
sure.
show.
I'm sure.
Yeah, there is.
I don't think he'll do something like that. I think he actually probably wants people to actually have a chance to fucking buy tickets for this show. Back then, it made more sense. He's a smaller.
I'm not saying
artist.
like it's gonna be that price, but I'm saying it's probably gonna have the same feel.
No, I'm sure, but I don't think he would do something like where it's like, oh, you only have like 2 minutes to get this. Good luck. He's gonna probably have us have enough time to buy tickets.
For the Troubadour show, he did like Ballin', We Get High, like a bunch of those mixtape songs.
because I mean for the Confessions tour, there was definitely a lot of empty seats. There was enough empty seats,
Mm-hmm.
so it didn't sell out. So, but I just
But also, those were bigger arenas.
no,
too.
the Peterson Event Center I don't think is a huge arena, because hold on, let me check.
I think mine sold out.
Let me see how many people it can hold.
Since I'm in LA, right?
It holds 12,500, but again, you cut off like a complete third of that, so it's probably like 7,000 right there, and you count everything that was not filled in, you're probably looking at about 6,000-7,000 people there, which would count
It
as
might be
which
very
would
hard
count
for
as
me to get
small
a
tour.
ticket.
And I don't know if all the nosebleeds were even there as well. Derek, when do we
Yeah, our
put up the
main arena.
tour dates? Go ahead.
Oh.
Your main
Well,
arena?
Our main arena only has like 12,000 seats, but I think like our two smaller, like more concert house things are 1,500 and 756 capacity. So that's more in the range, I think, is what he's talking about.
Yeah. Which would be interesting
So-
to really see that, to be honest.
So the
Because I know I know our 1,500 person concert house, NF, fucking packed the shit out of that fucking arena.
Speaking of that, I went to the NF concert. That NF concert was incredible.
Like, I wanted to go to that so bad, and then seeing the videos, like, there was no fucking standing room on the fucking
No.
floor. It was
guarantee.
packed.
I was on that floor. It was insane.
So
Well, I mean, the place he fucking sold out here is only like one stage, like a small little area and like a bar. So you could understand how fucking tightly packed this shit was.
oh, I guarantee.
Let's see if I can find a picture of
If you
this.
can find a picture, that'd be cool.
So my tour place has 18, or the place I went for the Bobby Tarantino tour had 18,000 people, and all of them were filled up, and there were more people just flooding out of the entrance.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. That's incredible.
Like
just-
all the seats were filled up. They have like over 6,000 seats, and then
I'm-
plus whatever the
Standing room.
standing area.
I honestly think Kodum didn't sell well on the tour because of how bad the Kodum album was. I'm now honestly, as far as these smaller venues go, I'm honestly wondering because of how good No Pressure is. I'm honestly wondering how packed these things are going to be and also how quick they're going to sell out.
It's probably going to be very.
Kodum, you can
me
still
to
buy
get
tickets on the day of. I mean, they were giving away tickets to Kodum. It's like, oh, you didn't win VIP, but here's 2 tickets for free. So they were just giving away tickets to Kodum.
Yeah.
So I honestly
Well,
wonder.
since I'm
vibe.
in LA, it's probably going to be very hard for me to get a ticket.
Yeah, good luck.
Probably.
Good luck. Pittsburgh, I think I have a better chance for
What,
sure.
what do you guys think about the move to Montana?
Fair.
Oh fuck!
I mean, fucking Kanye's in
bro, I'm
Utah.
gonna take a trip to Montana. Fuck it.
I don't. Or no, Kanye's in Wyoming.
you,
excuse
boys.
me. Or did he settle in Utah?
But
Kanye's in
no,
Wyoming.
Here's
no.
here's a picture
No,
of the
Post is
arena.
in Utah. Post Malone's in Utah. Kanye's in Wyoming. That's what it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't blame them
But
because
I,
it's like you want to get away from that
I
big
put a
life.
picture of
be
the
able to
place
live.
in the chat.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
they had said he said
Damn.
I've done like what I need to
Oh,
do like in
wow.
LA. So like you moved to LA to
Yeah, it's a small venue.
he said you go to LA to like meet new producers and stuff, but then like
Mhm.
I've already gotten all that stuff, so
And I mean, it depends on where he's going in Montana, though.
yeah.
Did
Where
you
he's
say in the
he's
interview?
probably somewhere more secluded in Montana.
Some like kid me. He was like, "Bro, Logic just moved in like right next to me." And this was before it was like public at all. Like it was like moving trucks outside. He was like, "Dude, Logic just moved right
when
next
was
to me."
this?
Probably a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so this
He's like-
is more of a recent move then.
Yeah, it's very recent.
But like,
I
Like
mean,
the Hard
I
Knock
really
TV,
want to.
Hard Knock TV
really
interviews
wonder
were
where he's
recorded like
actually
a few weeks
moving.
ago.
Oh, so that was at his new place.
No, the Hard Knock TV interviews
No,
were
they were
at,
still
at
on
his
his
Calabasas,
yeah.
Calabasas house.
Okay. I see.
So-
Does he still own that, or did you sell it off?
I'm guessing he sold it. I can look it up. I know his address. Lucky.
Oh, wow, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
oof.
I got to go to the bathroom, boys. So I think we can. I think one
Same.
thing is answer Derek's question and come to a wrap.
yeah.
Because I think this is a very valid question. When do we think he's going to announce the tour dates?
Next year
Well,
in the summer, do
I
the
think-
tour in the fall. In my opinion.
End
you
of
think
this
he's gonna wait that
year,
long?
I think he's gonna announce it. I think he's gonna announce it at the end of this year once everything starts to like die down with
And that
Corona and
that
everything
makes
and
a
whatnot.
lot of sense. I could imagine
and,
this being a
like,
spring
say
summer
it's gonna
tour.
be like a summer tour. Yeah.
Spring summer tour. You maybe even into the fall, depending. Because I
Okay.
know he wants to go over to Europe and such as well. So to be able to
Yeah.
get all those
Give,
venues
like,
and everything booked.
Give the dates in like October, maybe just November or December.
Yeah, I would definitely say like late
like that
fall,
area.
early winter.
like late November maybe, and then say it's in like
Probably would start.
June through like August.
I would say probably even start in May, like May to September.
Yeah.
So you can go on a world tour.
Yeah. Like,
So he has not sold the house yet.
Okay.
It's not even up for sale yet.
I wouldn't even blame him.
But yeah.
Just because you can have other people you're in your crew live there.
yeah.
Probably still have maid
True.
services there, so that makes sense.
You could also
have it
use
like
it as a
band
vacation.
house.
That's true.
Yeah,
A
pretty much.
vacation house even, and also let the property value increase. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You've already built a
Because
studio there.
property value
Don't want to
isn't-
sell that.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Yeah, it's coming up at 1 a.m. for me, and we've gone on for almost 2 hours, boys. We got to wrap this up. Hey, we did it. We're not over 2 hours. We cut up by 10 minutes, boys. We're progress.
Congratulations.
Fucking progress.
Yes, let's go.
And also with this, guys, let's hope we can get on a more consistent schedule with this. I don't want to be making podcasts once every fucking 11 months almost. We guys, I don't think you guys
doing it. He's gonna announce the tour.
I don't think you guys understand how many fucking false starts we've had with starting the next podcast.
Yeah,
we've had a lot within
so
the past.
many
We've had a lot in the past month or two. We were supposed to do it one time, maybe what was it, a few weeks ago. We were all on here. We're all geared up, but we
were gonna do it when No Pressure was announced.
Yeah, we were gonna do it when No Pressure was announced, but Evan. It was too loud in his house, and his family was like, "Nah, Chief, go to bed."
And then the next day, me and Evan did a half episode.
Yes, and the funniest part is, instead of recording the podcast that night, we all stayed up late regardless, and Evan was just being super sneaky quiet.
We went into the Logic Discord server and we're trolling like everybody.
Oh, that was beautiful.
We were just vibing in the server, but
we all became Teeoh.
Just like old times, and I became
Teeoh.
Stone. I became Stone Ye West.
we were all Teeoh.
All of our personas were great. Adios persona. So hopefully we can come back with you on a semi-regular basis, guys, and have this be more consistent. I don't want to make any promises to what we're going to try to do it on a how regular of a basis. I think we'll cross that bridge when we come to it privately. And once we get it more consistent, we'll make it public.
Let's be honest, we're only coming back if Ultra 85 comes out.
Oh, Anthony!
Be honest.
Oh God!
Hey, don't say that.
I'll come back when Supermarket 2 comes.
Don't say that.
Because we all know Supermarket's my
say
favorite
that because
album.
that'll give Logic some inspiration. And we're like, bro, I need to drop this. I need another podcast from these guys.
Bro, we need that snippet complete.
Honest, Logic is DMing us every single day, asking for us to return.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge fan. He's been begging.
Yeah. No,
Since
Sir was
I'm a
up in
mod
my
on the
DMs just saying, "Hey, bro, I need you to make another episode." Like,
since I'm a mod on the Discord server, Logic DMs me every day.
Serm's like,
Samus
yo,
really gets in my DMs, you know.
Serm talked to me. He's like, yo, this is great background music when I fuck women.
When he fucks women in his Kodum socks.
Yeah, in the Kodum socks, of course. Kodum socks. Bro.
Teeoh's dead.
Bro, he fucks him in the Kodum socks while listening to No Pressure, of course.
He just listens to Bobby on repeat. just listens to Who's Only Biracial in His Penis.
Biracial only in his penis.
That's his walk-up song to the pussy. Oh, we're getting way too off topic here.
Now we're going off topic.
Boys.
We'll pick this up in the next episode, of course.
Ultra 85 is here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Sermon listens to a Lemon Drop, but
oh man,
no, that's when we're gonna cut it off.
I think the biracial penis Bobby makes that's you have more hype
and
for
the
that.
Chocolate.
All right,
Chocolate and
boys.
vanilla.
But yeah, this was a fun time. Thank you guys for showing up. I don't know.
Anthony was a man of many words, as per usual.
Yes, yeah, Anthony's a very talkative fellow.
I mean, we both were. But yeah, I think that was
we're recording a podcast?
A comeback story. And
podcast? It's a
Wait,
podcast.
this is a podcast?
Wait, fuck.
Podcast? Podcast?
This was the podcast?
Pog.
Dude, this was the podcast? I thought
Teeoh.
we were just vibing. Fuck.
It's Vibe Hour live.
Teeoh's podcast featuring the boys.
It's the live Vibe Hour.
The Instagram video stream just ended, and POP301 just said hi babes in the chat.
Dang. I just saw that.
Just missed
it said OBS disconnected. That's tough.
All right.
I'm not gonna relaunch it.
All
just
right,
because.
boys.
But yeah, do we want to?
So they got the vibe.
YouTube stream exclusive.
Let's. I think we can wrap it up here, boys. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
We've been your biracial brethren.
Yes. On behalf of all four of us, myself, Teeoh, Evan, Sir Bobby 301, Anthony,
Links in description
Rat
if you're
Pack
watching
Media,
YouTube.
and Trevor. He doesn't really have much of an alter ego.
Salmon
from the
22.
Mango Salmon 22, if that's what you really want
My
to
name
have
is
the
Mango.
world know you by.
Yeah.
Mango salmon.
I mean, I really, honestly, if anybody says anything in my direction, I'll fucking.
All right.
Like, I've been called Travis.
Travis Scott! Yo, we got Travis Scott on the podcast, boys!
Why Travis?
Can you sing for us real quick?
No, we'll
Travis, hit that out tune.
we'll talk about this off cast. Do you want me to? I'd have to change my mic over.
No.
We'll
shoot,
do this.
do it.
I'll do the outro. You get
Do it
it
for
ready.
the outro.
You get it ready.
Let me,
All right, thank you guys.
Let me open it up. real quick.
On behalf of us all, thank you so much for
No.
listening. Hopefully you guys
Links in
can,
description to everybody.
yes, links in description, and we're going to end it here with Travis coming in hot.
Mango salmon.
Alright,
hit
can
it.
you hear me still?
Travis
just say-
Salmon 22.
Yeah, just say like
Fuck, what happened?
goodbye. We'll
My
be back
headset.
soon. Like some crap like that.
Give us your best outro.
fuck.
Give us your best
There we go.
few word outro.
Cool. Alright. Are you ready? Cool.
Yeah.
You cut out
Man
so
just spoke
bad.
Ultra 85.
So bad.
Bro, that's Ultra 85 type stuff.
Ultra 85 type podcast.
We can't play this shit.
Dude, 6. This is for the album.
It has been lit, boys. Thank you so
All right.
much.
So
Bye.
you could catch me in the Discord server for Rat Pack. Not Rat Pack. Well, both Rat Pack
All the
and
links
Logic
will be in the
301.
description on the re-upload, on the highlights, and we'll put them in the description later so you can watch this later. On behalf of all four of us and a guest appearance from Travis Scott, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Deuces.
Yes.